All right, everyone, we have made it to session 80 of Drake's Salvation. The party have recently rescued a certain archmage from their hubris. Well, actually, the first one was just a nap. Now, they have continued to talk and, well, they're going after the next one, with the party learning quite a bit about themselves and each other, and after a good night's sleep, we'll take a second. No, not this one. And high above the skies of the internal ocean, a certain individual rides on a skyship that I totally moved. Jackal, after a fruitful night, you see that Regent and his crew are getting prepared to do a bit of an ambush on a tanker ship you see being high as you fly in through the clouds high above. Fix at the helm as per usual. Alright, boss, we're about 32 meters out. We've got a good headwind. Harry, if you'd mind, a feather fall would probably be nice this time. Not just a couple feet before we hit the ground again. And it looks like the blue dragons that are towing it are one adult and one younger. Alright, sit rep set. Everybody locked, loaded, and Jackal, how do you feel about falling, bud?
Well, as long as we land on our feet and not head first. Also, you said blue dragons?
The large.
Hold on, I just need to roll something for Jackal. Because he has actually a distinct hatred towards blue dragons. Yeah, I figured that was going to be the case. He also just going to look over. So, am I landing on the deck or on the dragons? Because I wouldn't mind either. Preference on the dragon, as he's pointing at one of the dragons.
Cass, you know, is kind of the... Well, what the problem is, they swim a lot better than we do. What if when we start fucking up the crew, I'll hold them down for you. He slaps you on the back, and even through your armor, you feel that heavy, meaty hand.
Deal.
Meaty.
And, Jackal will do his usual preparation.
Not gonna say nothing, but you're a bit smiley today. Is this one of the bad days?
Yes.
Well, good thing we've got this. And he picks you up and tosses you.
All right. As Jackal is being tossed to that direction, I'm just going to do what Jackal does best, and that is this. His transformation. And
well, you heard him, lads. That one's getting pointy today. And he the camera pans, and you see him kind of take a step and turn, and his knees knock the bar as he just flips backwards over. Shank is already is falling nose first, and you begin to see that the Burning Crows definitely stand up to the namesake as they all begin to have a trail behind them of a bright red, as a thaumaturgy of a bright red streak as they all begin to land onto the ship, and a large battle commences.
Alright, well, however that goes, Jacko's gonna be a lot more aggressive, but also make sure the team members that are close by do not get hit by flying projectiles due to his cursed shield. And that should be it. It's just, yeah, Jackal's wondering, why the fuck were those guys in my dream? Alright, switching back to,
Alright, and as this happens, it also becomes morning in the Duskhaven Sanctuary, as the boys who've been sharing a room, Rowan had been stolen by Calliste's mother and sister to talk shop about some ingredients they might need, and where you might be able to procure them, and how much they're willing to pay. But it does become morning in the Duskhaven Sanctuary, and I'll kind of leave it all to you for now.
Oh, this is gonna be bad.
Iron Ball is just quietly sleeping, meditation style.
Ulrich would probably be up first, right? Out of the...
Ulrich tends to be the earliest riser.
Likely Iron Ball following up quickly, too. He's not a heavy sleeper.
But this makes sense. Genesis?
Yeah?
You are immediately shaken as Elric kind of just wakes you up a little violently, more so than usual.
Like, what? Boom shark. Oh.
You.
What do you need?
Alright, you have 5 minutes to explain what the fuck I saw in that dream, or my fist is going to go through your skull. Starting now.
Wait, hold on. What dream?
One.
I wasn't in your... that's not how dreams work. Explain to me what the dream was.
We were all there. We saw you and Jackal. Elric just
that
like
was
slowly...
Jackal?
Yes. Hold on.
Well, why don't you tell me about him? Maybe there's something connecting us in the spiritual level.
That's what I'm worried about. What?
Why?
From what Callisti has said, whatever is possessing Jackal might also have its claws in you now. So, how? As Elric's knuckle just kind of cracks from the mechanical one that's kind of on his fist.
It's not by choice. I will tell you this. You have my word. But then I reveal the palm of my hand, revealing that it has scars from the Temple of Pain.
Of course.
Do you remember that sarcophagus?
Yes.
And Elric, specifically, you notice that he has 5 scars all in a circle that represent each one of you who took damage at that point, and specifically, you don't have any scars.
Interesting. Iron Ball is up.
Alright.
Is that
He'll
from
kind of
the...
like loosen his grip and like calm down. Just try not to stab me in the back if we're fighting. All I ask.
Of course not. But I do worry sometimes.
You're going to kill one of us?
No, that I'm gonna start enjoying the killing.
You are starting to remind me of Jackal, which is not a good thing.
Well, hopefully there's hope for both of us.
I don't think there's a hope for either of you unless you can see a really good holy person.
Thanks.
Perhaps we
That-
can
that makes me feel a lot
answer with
better.
flail.
It's too early for these kinds of threats.
I'm done for the morning. I at least understand where everything stands now, and it's not a good thing either way. As you'll again kind of just walk over,
Elric.
pick up Graham.
Can you make a promise?
I can try.
You are stronger than me, and you continue to grow day by day. So, I only ask, if I do end up leaning more towards, and I look at my palm, just do yourself and my friends a favor and put an end to me.
He just says as he kind of puts Graham on his shoulder. Not the first rabid dog I tried to put down. Probably won't be the last at this point. And he just walks out of the room.
Good. That's all I ask.
Meanwhile, elsewhere, someone's getting completely mauled by Jackal.
I do. He kind of walked out of the room.
So, everybody else had the dream too, right?
What dream are you?
Yes.
Oh,
Which worries me.
I do
Did
have
you
a
bring
question.
coffee?
What dream are you all talking about? And I realized I was muted.
Oh, wait, were you saying stuff the whole time?
I did, yeah, but it's alright. No worries. But
Okay.
Ironball just goes, yes, I am curious as to why you have scars, Genesis, while me and Elric do not, but it matters not. If there's an answer for this situation, we can use it with Flail. That being said, what are you all talking about a dream? I dreamt of fine soy sauce, good meals, and... I miss Tambourine.
Did you not see the giant glowing ice or the weird dog creature?
The only dog creature I ever had to fight were the crazy hound dogs in the alleyways of Tambourine.
That
Is that-
was the Nemesis, also known with us as Omega.
Oh, great. Now we're fighting against two pseudo
Somebody who caused a war. Well, technically he didn't cause the war, he took advantage of the war to make the world worse. So...
Wait, he's the progenitor god?
No. Wizard Wars, sorry.
Oh, he's a progenitor wizard.
Yes, I am completely in the, I believe the expression is dark of all this. What are you all talking about?
Callisti, you know more about this than I do, so I'm not even going to take the reins on this one.
I understand you said you fought Rabid Dog, but is that in regards to the bite marks you have on your neck?
That would
Bite
be
marks.
from Jackal.
Jackal bit you?
Pretty hard.
Heck, he has the ability to shift his form. Either into something that seems docile or something more canine-like.
Well, it's their sign and more
No, it's my
short-haired
sign.
dog.
Hence the name
Elric,
Jackal.
shut the hell up.
Are you sure that this jackal is not some sort of werewolf? As Iron Ball kind of gets a little bit closer to Elric and starts examining those
No.
bite marks.
Well, it
Actually,
doesn't transform during the moon, so probably not.
I also tested him with pretty much every werewolf repellent. And bear repellent.
They
Oh,
sell
he's
bear
not-
Tested
repellent?
him a lot.
Where the fuck do they sell bear repellent?
The bear store.
I'm a wizard. Of course I know how to stop a werebear.
You got it from Machial, actually.
Yeah.
That too.
Right.
Alright.
So, if I am to understand this whole thing in one particular sentence, you all had a dream that I was excluded in, yes?
Correct.
So that means that whatever this dream is, I do not have a role to play in this thing of a dream.
Probably not in the grander picture, no. But also
What
that
the frick?
means you aren't as connected as we are to the whole situation, which, outside looking in, is not a bad thing.
Then I ask,
No, probably for the best, Uncle.
then I suppose the main question is, do I have to flail this jackal? Because if I'm not mistaken, he is on good terms with Master Protocol.
If you
I
flail
mean-
him, he will probably try to run or fight back.
Ooh,
I mean, I
Danish.
feel like if we're at that stage, we should just be prepared to flail Genesis and Jackal, possibly into unconsciousness.
Yeah, I already gave him the rundown, Callisti, don't worry. As Elric just cracks his knuckle again.
Yes, I've accepted my fate if I decide, or rather, not decide to go down that path.
I would only
Might not be
flail
my
if it is
choice.
with purpose, which last time I flailed Genesis was to prevent him from walking in on the Duskhaven lady with his towel.
Did you also break his nose?
No, he
Really?
broke a few of my ribs.
Like, just out of curiosity, like, what kind of pain are you, and like, what does it do to you?
The blessing of the Lady of Pain.
Yeah, I mean, is it like kinky or just
No.
like?
God, can we not?
It makes me break. It makes me hurt my my hands, which I use to punch. But it also makes me relive the most painful day of my life. And I rub my eyes.
The best way to describe it is like, have you ever tried to take a step when your foot was asleep?
Yeah,
It's like that times 3.
yeah. And I explained to them.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say, you know, if we had to do the testing, Famine might. She's
Wait.
pretty good with whip.
Have your ribs actually healed from when Iron Ball hit you, or no? Consider.
Did they what?
Did your ribs heal from when Iron Ball hit you, or are they still bruised?
Oh, of course they're healed. I heal really fast.
Are
Are
they?
we sure?
Yeah, I would actually. Please pull up your armor and or shirt. I need to check just to make sure.
Of course. And I remove my armor.
How's the ribs looking, Jeebus? Are they still like?
Roll a medicine.
All right.
I will aid
my
as well.
One in
Hold on.
medicine.
1 second.
What's up?
I was gonna roll for medicine as well because I don't want to
Oh, I
inflict it.
guess we
have-
both can.
You could have the medic look.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like two.
You guys might have one of
poking at his-
those. You guys, the dude's got ribs.
Zephyr, I don't
Huzzah.
know anatomy.
Right.
They
Please.
exist.
No way.
Okay, do they hurt when you poke when Felicity pokes them though?
A bit,
Okay.
yeah.
I mean, you do have claws.
You're still healing. There, no.
I mean,
I don't know how humanoid anatomy works. Could you please tell me if he's worse for wear?
A
normally
bit
I
of
could.
tenderness.
Do you want me to roll my medicine? Yeah.
Please.
Okay.
This is Elric asking because he's. Wow!
You know what? I had an interesting night.
You were hammered the whole. You were high the whole time, so you're probably recovering while Elric was
I
carrying
mean,
you around.
rib injuries are hard to just tell without an X-ray or anything like that. So you're pretty sure that he's in the healing process. Taking an 8-pound steel ball to the chest does damage.
It's a flesh wound. I'm fine.
I mean, it looks he's healing. I don't know.
Alright. Keep that on the back burner. Is Rowan still alive?
I thought that
I haven't heard
I
him
thought that
screaming.
Rowan was expounded by either Freya or the other one, Nami.
Well, let's get the band back together, because we're probably going to have to do something stupid today.
I suppose you will
Oh.
need to speak with her if she also had the dream as well. Because it feels odd that I did not have this dream. Everyone else has, but we must make certain that I am the only one that did not have it.
Probably be best to check, honestly. Alright. Forward march home. We wait. Oh dear God. This is why I can't deal with tabaxi running. Makes me feel unfit.
Really wasn't any running. She just walked off.
Yeah,
It's
no.
coffee energy.
But to Elric, that's tabaxi running because base movement is better than his. It's like the idea of like shorter people technically have shorter strides kind of thing.
Hey! I'm offended
not-
by that.
Well, don't be short, idiot.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I say it's like probably one of the smallest people here outside of like Moogle.
I'm only 5'6".
5'10".
Oh, I am the tallest one here. Holy shit.
I'm 6 feet tall.
I am 6 feet as well.
3.5.
5'8".
Don't look down on me.
No, that's Iron Ball.
5'11", pathetic. I love that meme.
The Iron Ball is
But
3.5, so.
Anyway.
Okay, so it looks like Rowan's okay. Oh dear, there's been contracts made.
Why is there paperwork on the table, and why does it feel like half of our life is signed away?
What?
No, it's just agreed prices. This is just here. Just depending on what type of dragon you guys kill, this is what I want for what. This is what I'm willing to pay for what parts.
Huh. I'm now.
Yeah, I should probably get rid of some of this stuff I've been carrying around.
I am almost regretting now not contacting you about the yellow dragon.
Those cables were a bit terrifying for you, I understand. I'm upset, but I understand.
More the upset than the terrified, but yes, that is correct. I don't ever wonder what happened to that one particular archer man that ran off with a good amount of her hide.
Oh, here. And she pulls out one moon blossom. And this might help something too. And she's going to give her mother the road of vomiting.
Oh. I mean, this is pretty much... I can distill it. Make it even worse. Probably aerosolize to just...
Just to be clear, the guy who did this, we met him on the road, and this is what I bought from him.
Alright.
It was considerably longer ago before that was when we were on the way to Novigrad, so... A while ago. I completely almost forgot. Because of the war and stuff. Oh, need something put into this... You know what? No, I'm going to keep those with me. Never know when I'm going to run into another dragon.
Bless you, dear, you're doing the mumbling thing again.
I totally did not make a better end dream dragon.
The fucking what?
She looks at you. Don't tell your aunt.
I think it would kill her. And that's taking a lot.
I am sorry, what does this thing?
I totally did not make a drug worse than it already is. Just eyes zephyr out of like the corner of her eye, like, help me here.
We. What?
Yeah, we did not.
We did not.
Okay.
So assuming you both didn't probably make a bad drug, should we be worried about it ever? If it theoretically got into the wrong hands?
I'm starting to think you guys did do that.
If the vial that Jackal has does, then we have a problem.
Why did you give it to Jackal? Of all people.
Because I was expecting him to use it on the dragon, we thought.
I mean, who knows?
Well,
He might
technically I
use
was expecting to use it on a dwarf. Or a drow.
I'm surprised you didn't use it
That
on
purple knight guy. Before he became a weird trans.
me.
I do have a question now. If theoretically this jackal individual has the said drug, what is the worst thing he can do with this?
Technically, the worst thing he could do with it is take it himself. Or give it to somebody we like. Because I'm pretty sure it would melt their brain. Metaphorically.
Are we sure you used it already? Because you've been gone for what? A week now? How long's it been? Like in game time, about a week since Jackal left, right?
Yeah.
Week 2?
Yeah, about a week. Almost a week and a half.
Dang, I haven't been in the group for that long then.
No,
Not
you've
really.
been here for like 2 days, 3 days.
Ironball's only been with the party just a
Actually,
day
no,
longer than
he
you,
would've
so
been
no
in a
worries.
Actually, yeah, would have been. You would have also joined for like a week and a half. Because
Holy
we've
crap.
been together, what, for, if we count over cause, like 3 months? 4 months?
Iron
Yeah.
Ball didn't join you
Yeah,
guys
I mean, you guys
until...
have been together, so one,
Over cause was a month.
more like almost like you guys been known each other for probably almost nearing half a year now.
And we still hate each other all the same.
That's what friends do. Oh, speaking of which,
It's your fault.
Iron Ball
I
looks over
didn't
to
do
Rowan.
shit.
Rowan, I do seem to be the type to bluntly ask questions, and considering that it seems that your fellow friends, Elric, Genesis, and I suspect, as well as Callisti and Zephyr, had a same dream sequence, I don't suppose you have also shared a same dream sequence with them as well.
You did. You were there.
Yes.
I see. Ariel just crosses his arms, thinks about it. So all of you had this dream with your jackal friend. Does that mean that my appearance here was actually a mistake?
Iron
No.
Ball, how do I put this? I think it's all in reference to a prophecy, so technically I haven't read anything on the prophecy that actually refers to you.
That is fine. I make my own destiny, though I am more concerned about the involvement of this jackal that you keep speaking about, and very strange highs and lows, and now that I'm understanding that he theoretically has a super drug.
At this point, just pray he's not going to kill us all.
I mean, I really would like to have been there if he does actually stab a dragon with it.
You just want to record what happens?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
He-
Elric just kind of, like, got used to it.
Jackal's got a target in mind.
That's not fucking Elric.
Nah, you're small potatoes.
I kind of figure. I actually think I might know who you're going to use it, and I feel worried for him, but it'd also be funny. Jekyll has mentioned him a few times anyway. So, kind of stepping back a little bit, what's the game plan going forward, and who are we going after next? AKA, who am I risking my life for to get blood rained on?
We're going after a Chronergy wizard.
Oh, fun.
Bruno
We
G.
get time.
Yes. One of your friends or not friend?
Yeah, it's
Probably
probably mine.
Okay.
About how fucked on a scale of about 1 to 20 are we? Because I feel like 10 wouldn't suffice at this point.
Well, my knowledge of that, and depending on how it's gone, Janavi could either be the worst case scenario or actually probably fairly simple to fix.
Here's a weird hypothetical, because we've talked about Chronergy before. Could we have already discussed this, and this already have happened, and we're just in a loop? It's a broad
Do you want
hypothetical.
the simple answer or do you want the blackboard answer?
I just want the fucking answer where I don't have to think harder than 5 seconds.
Possibly and possibly
Yes.
not.
The blackboard answer might work.
No, the blackboard answer is going to be her explaining for 20 minutes while sipping coffee furiously, and I'd rather not. I've already experienced this once, and it broke
Those two
half my
pulled out
mind.
like 5
And
books.
doing
Okay,
math
so
that I
you're
don't
gonna have
understand.
Yeah.
Chrissy pulls out 5 books and she's like, okay, here's the prior reading before
No.
we even start talking. That is, I get the blackboard ready.
No, I've already been
Let's
through
see, your
the
mom
song
puts a
and
hand, slowly puts a hand like on the tops of the books and just pushes them down. Yes, Elric. The answer is yes.
Thank you. Alright, well, is there any way to protect us from Chronergy without falling out of time?
I believe.
He looks at the rest of you. You weren't paying attention, were you?
No, they
Well, I know
forgot that we got
Check
the
your left
potions.
pocket.
Is this your card?
No, I actually
We
I remember
do
because he
have
got the
the
potion.
potions.
I didn't know if there was anything else though.
That was specifically what the potion it does.
Iron
We
Ball
already
literally
had
holding a
that
potion
conversation.
out.
Elric just like completely blotted that conversation out. Like I knew like that we had it. I just didn't know functionally it did both. I thought it was like a stability thing, not a.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
specifically to protect you from her time bullshit.
Okay.
Iron Ball just quietly mumbles, and Allie says that I was bullheaded.
About how long will it last? Relatively, because I feel like time could get wonky when we start asking
Well,
questions like this.
Depending on the
That's-
temporal phase where we're going, it could last seconds or forever.
So,
It depends on who asks when you drink it. But perceptually for you, 6 to 8 hours.
Okay.
Should last long enough, hopefully, for you to save the Archmagi.
And if I'm guessing we're going with the theoretical time magic, she could also simply just force the expiration effect of the potions out of our systems. So I suggest that we all just go very quickly to handle situation.
Wouldn't the potion protect us from doing that? But you could. Never mind. I'm not getting into this. 'Cause this
It's
starts
a
getting
paradox.
So we induce paradox to make sure potion doesn't get out of our system. Understand?
Just if you start feeling older or younger, mention it to somebody.
I already feel older every time I have a conversation with any of you.
I'm actually being serious.
Congratulations, you're maturing.
I was going to actually tell him to take a routine exercise so he can actually feel young again.
I do that every day. It doesn't help. But
You're not doing it
I
right.
under- if you induce anything with flail, I will. Never mind. I'm not even going to humor this
Iron Ball
conversation.
is Yarki Kushka right there too.
I'm not humoring this Iron Ball.
Neither am I. I'm always serious.
I need brain food. I'm gonna start passing out my little munchy snacks.
Elric will probably take a bite. Thank you. What a long ass day this is going to be.
It may not be though.
Yeah, relatively.
Well, judging by her magic, you could have the longest day in history or the shortest day in history. Really up to how she's feeling.
I'm hoping she's feeling nice.
Honestly,
That's a rare one.
I'm actually just hoping she's stuck in a loop. Would be better
For us or for her?
for us because then it's easy to fix. But
Until the loop starts to expand, and then everything gets fuzzy, and Jordova loses a month.
or we collapse it and it's fine.
What happens if two temporal entities meet up? That just cause complete temporal collapse?
Unless they get the blackboard.
I am the most confused, Elric. You say you
She
do
just
not wish
draws
to.
an explosion.
Temporal bubbles did collide. That would be really bad.
I'm referring to there's currently a chronomancy wizard, or one that did exist in Ravencliff Prison.
Oh,
Yeah.
we know about him.
Yeah, he probably caused a collapse of the universe.
Yes.
That's why we haven't dealt with him, because we don't know if we deal with him, if the whole world explodes, or if we don't deal with him, the whole world explodes. Don't mess with time.
The days I wish things were just simple.
That being said, let's go mess with time.
No, I think the term is let's go fuck with time.
Oh,
Okay,
Yes,
don't mess with time unless you're specifically trying to fix it. And please don't break anything.
Yes,
I
let's
think that's
not
my
waste our
specialty
time
to
then.
break something.
I believe the saying
It
is let's
doesn't-
not waste time and let us finish this endeavor.
As Elric's kind of snacking. So, about how fragile is time to break? Just wondering.
You need to stop wondering.
Yes.
You're asking a lot of questions that I don't think you really want the answers to.
I am more
Then I
impressed that
don't
he
think
is
you're
still
curious.
asking questions despite the fact that he decided to avoid the blackboard explanation.
Well,
Yeah, the Blackboard really would have explained a lot of this to you.
I'm a blacksmith by trade. I always am tinkering and wondering how things work. Though magic's kind of out of my wheelhouse.
So am I to perform flails so you can stop thinking about time?
So do you
No.
have a problem making sure your knives are all the same length?
Nah, I'm not that anal.
That explains the math deficiency.
You do understand that I've also been able to calculate different weather patterns down to almost exacts with like tornadoes, rain patterns, right?
Zephyr, you have a cantrip for that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. He was saying time mumbo jumbo, and I was just missing something. So what?
He started bragging about being able to predict weather patterns, and I'm laughing that you have Druidcraft, which is a cantrip that can do that.
You have to also realize Elric is magically inept outside of his runes.
I mean, that's great. Zephyr could do that with the snap of his fingers, and technically he can readjust the entire, weather pattern, so cool thing, Zephyr.
I got nothing else.
What can I say? I'm amazing.
Maybe.
You would be
I was gonna
most
say, maybe you're
welcomed
welcome.
to Tamarine's ports if Tamarine was still there.
Alright. Should we start heading out to our inevitable time?
Yeah, so let's not
Any
waste
time
any
has
more
come?
time.
So have I.
Theoretically, we've already left.
We not.
Okay.
As they're just
Like-
leaving, Ironball crosses his arms, really thinks hard about it. So what does this all have to do with that jackal person and the fact that he had to leave and I'm stuck with him now?
I'm starting to think that.
Fate is funny.
Fate tends to fuck with things.
Uncle, your fate was to come here and make amends with my mom and grandmother. So,
I suppose that is the good bonus. Also, I guess it was also to notice a particular mishap of notes and missing information that the Elduin family have that actually belongs to your
Oh.
mother.
Oh wait, we've heard that name before, haven't we? Because it's the other famous elf family, or the other famous magic making family.
Yeah, the South people who a certain Caradel was.
So let us
Yeah.
create all the weird mutants and problems. And guns.
Guns?
Wait, they're the reason why that one gun that fucking what's his name is carrying, Regent is carrying.
These
No, but it's definitely
No,
Throw
the
it in.
guns were actually perfected in the Underdark,
Oh, okay.
not by those elves.
Armel just adds, wait, I do now have question, but besides myself and I suspect Zephyr and Miss Rowan, was your companion also from the south? The jackal
Yes.
one?
Yeah.
And he theoretically has his super drug.
Correct.
He starts talking. He starts talking a mix between infernal and abyssal.
Why is he speaking? Wait, I think I actually understand one of those. Give me a minute.
Beast, what's he saying?
It's basically a whole mix of curses and Swears like, wait, is this guy actually
You
a
just see her
spy?
slowly shake her head.
Okay, never mind. I thought I actually had it. I did not.
You said infernal?
Yeah, so it's
And
a
abyssal.
Yeah.
so it's here's his languages
no.
because here's his languages because he's from the Monster Slayer and Monster Hunter. But he basically goes to those that couldn't understand what he's saying. He goes, "Oh, for fuck's sake! Don't tell me we had a spy in our midst, and he just went with a super drug that my niece and one of her friends just made." And now there's some sort of, and there's also the stupid alchemist family in the south too. If they get their hands on that,
Alright, so should we drink the
Alrighty.
potion now, or wait till we get into the anomaly?
Until we get to it, the event horizon will be noticeable.
Keep that in mind.
So you, Callisti begins to walk you guys down to where the storehouses are, near the docks of the lake.
Every once in a while, he picks up a rock and just throws it.
I'm gonna be good at this. I mean, Callisti, you can roll me an Arcana. Zephyr, roll me a Survival. You two are the noticers. Alright, Zephyr, you, everything here has been obviously magically altered to fit the Duskhaven's needs. So you're not, you're having a hard time because it's the thing, like, there is a bush that's producing bananas. You're just confused about how everything works at this point around here. But Callisti, one of your rocks, as you toss it, you hear a voop, and then there's now just a loop every couple of seconds of a rock just tossing in, tossing in,
The event horizon.
tossing in. And you see you're about 15 meters from the actual storehouse. But it's not just a storehouse. There's now 3.
What the fuck?
are we going to do the exploration or in splitting the group up? Because I think I see 3 things.
No, we stick together. Everybody take your potions.
Gulp. Just,
Take it.
I sniff it. What does it smell like?
It smells quite metallic. You see that there is, as you open it up and look inside, it is a light blue liquid, and you can definitely see some flecks of something shiny floating in it. If you guys remember last time, I described this as looking pretty much exactly like Hypnotic.
Oh yeah. Oh, blue and shiny. And I gulp it down.
yep. Same for Iron Ball.
I'm just
Need soy
drinking it.
sauce.
I'm gonna give Hades a little, the bottom of the vial.
He probably would have had his own.
Hades
Okay.
takes it. Hades drinks the couple of drops you give him, and then shifts form like 3 or 4 times.
What the fuck?
Shakes his head.
Is your friend alright?
I don't know. Are you all right?
Oh dear.
Brr.
What the fuck?
I see. Right. This needs to be topped off with some soy sauce, and he goes to his flagon and pulls out a soy sauce to drink that as
Please
well.
don't fucking mix match. Oh my god.
Gulp.
Oh, soy sauce is a neutral acid.
I thought it was the base.
What?
Well,
I always
do
drink
well.
soy sauce before we do some sort of important mission.
All right, and
Very good.
Does Hades look
As-
okay?
Hades looks okay. He keeps making the wrong animal sounds, though. He's like
Oh.
cycling through a couple.
Okay.
Being a purely nature-based spirit, probably drinking something that messes with time might have some ill effects to the poor guy.
You know, be okay. I'm good.
Okay, so there's three warehouse or storehouses.
Yes.
Do I recognize if any of them are different?
You approach, and as you get closer, they all turn into solidify into the single storehouse. And it seems like it is unlocked. Can you guys see anything?
Nope.
No.
Thank God dynamic lighting is working today.
Oh, well, Roll20 just kicked me out, so...
Oh shit. Dynamic lighting is working today.
Don't know.
I got you guys. Give me a second.
Sure.
Oh,
Ooh.
Fancy.
wow.
I certainly don't like what I just saw.
Thanks, everybody.
No.
All right, and as you open up the storehouse, you see a about 3-foot tall girl. Probably looks around 10 to 12. You really can't tell, especially because none of you are actually Yanti. With a golden snake that seems to be flitting around by her side.
Do I recognize them?
Roll me an insight.
Dirty 20.
She's a lot younger than you expect, but that especially with that specific snake, that's probably our girl. But definitely as a very young girl.
Shinabi?
You see that she looked like she was playing with a set of dice and rolling them on top of a barrel and seeing the outcome. Who are you? How do you know my name?
I'm Freya's daughter.
I don't know who that is.
Do you know who Bastet is?
No.
Wait.
Jezebel?
She slowly shakes her head, and you could definitely see her getting more nervous, and the snake getting a lot more defensive.
I get closer to Calliste's ear and I ask her, do you think that this is her, but from a different time? From before she met all of you?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was trying to determine.
Zephyr and Rowan would probably be pretty good at this too. You can roll me perception checks, perception or insight, depending on what you want.
Sorry, I'm having technical difficulties.
If it is still kicking you out, I can fix the dynamic lighting pretty quickly and just put black boxes. But Rowan, you see that, you've seen this before, especially in back where you're from, younger tieflings that unfortunately didn't have families. She's most likely homeless, you believe. She's got very ratty dress on. Her shoes look walked through.
Oh.
Okay, guys, stay back. Maybe I can. I'm the least threatening looking, I think.
I would think that
You are very
perhaps...
fluffy.
Yes. Just on his.
Personally, I would think that maybe Zephyr would... Oh, dear.
Okay, so the reason I know your name, Janavi, is I know your future self. And I'm guessing you're testing your ability to see the future.
My what? What are you talking about? I don't...
You know what you're
I
gonna
don't
roll
have-
before you roll it, don't you?
She kind of looks at you, and she kind of looks down at the ground for a second. I'm not supposed to. That's no. But you do kind of see the gears turning, as that may have, you may have said something to her. But as you kind of look around, you are definitely not in the Duskhaven storehouse at this point. You are in a silken warehouse. You can see that there looks like this place looks definitely lived in, but sneakily so. You can see that there is a little path behind a rack of storage containers that has a lot less dust than other places, and the remnants of food and bones that have been picked clean.
Question: does this place have
No
any...
rats. It is actually, as you focus on that, it is actually extremely warm. More like back to where around you lived, Ironball. It's probably somewhere in a desert.
I was gonna ask if this had any more of a Tamarind influence on it.
It does not feel like Tamarind, because Tamarind was very coastal.
Yeah, I was wondering, like,
This is
if
very, very dry.
Yeah, I was more referring to, like, the clothing or the sewn up places. Like, was the fabric similar to Tamarind?
The fabrics is very similar. Like this seems like a silken, like I said, a silk warehouse, which you remember from a lot from Tamarind is what a lot of the people were wearing.
Does anybody have a deck of cards?
No.
Ironball is going to give, walk over to Elric and actually pass him his Yarki Kushka. One moment. Just hold on to that. Do not drop it. Do not lose it. If you do, I will find another flail to hit you with it.
Wait, isn't that bound to your wrist?
He actually uncuffs
His
it off.
ankle.
Yeah, he uncuffs it
Okay.
off of his ankle.
Okay then. Elric will hold it.
This is your first time you're holding the Arkikirshka. It's about the same weight as Graham.
How the fuck do you still run with this?
Ironball will walk over to Callisti, and he's gonna lean over. I do have a question, but does the young one play marbles? As he holds a bag of ball bearings.
I don't know. Janabi, do you play marbles?
I don't know how.
Would you like to
I think
learn?
you'll think so.
you see her. She kind of looks at the snake, and Alright, well, I gave you a local language to the south, right?
I just clicked it earlier. It was the... Yeah, common...
Oh, Infernal.
Yeah.
In Infernal, you hear her. She actually looks the snake in the eyes. Any of you who understand Infernal here, Fuban, should I? Do you think it's gonna be okay? Okay. And she takes a step forward.
Ironball, again, trying to look as non-threatening as possible, just shows the really big freaking bag of ball bearings. And here are... I have lost count of how many ball bearings I have, but I tend to use them as marbles. The game is pretty simple, at least how me and my fellow alley cats would play. May I approach? With your permission.
She doesn't say anything, but she looks at the snake, and the snake just watches you. It doesn't seem... Roll an animal handling.
Oh, he's really good at this. Not really.
It's fucking Danger Noodle.
He's a danger noodle, except he gave his to Elric already, so... But Ironball will walk, take a step forward with the big bag of marbles, or ball bearings. Just let me know when I need to stop.
Oh, you're good. She will kind of... Did he send you? Did the merchant send you?
What merchant?
No.
Is there someone that we need to beat up? He looks around.
No, I don't know if he knows I'm here.
Then no. And once he gets over here, he will place the...
As you get within 10 feet, Ironball, you feel like you're still acting the same. Everybody else sees Ironball slow down to like a slow-mo pace.
Oh, that's not great.
Oh, Zephyr, buddy. I was looking at the Discord.
Is he still having issues?
Yeah, he can't see anything at all, and he's on the load screen
Okay.
still.
Give me 2 minutes. So I just need to draw a couple big black squares.
Yep. But just so you all know, Ironball has a bag of 1 million ball bearings, so...
Yeah, I remember
bag of
these.
balls.
I remember all of these. Because he just kept fucking grabbing them.
We're having balls, huh?
Ball bearings. They're literally just, think of them like jacks. That's literally all they are.
Yeah, it was one bag of 1 million ball bearings and a bag of 1,000 caltrops, so... Ironball was a very nasty bastard once he set up.
You know what's worse is that plus, like, your fighting style is just a pain in the ass for any mobile target.
Uh-huh.
Did dynamic lighting turn off?
I think it did. I saw something move.
I'm too close to the... I'm too zoomed in to really notice it.
I mean, zoom out from that. Yeah, it looks like
It's working for me now.
Awesome, yeah, so dynamic lighting was fucking over the iPad.
Yeah.
So,
Let's move right along. I'm embarrassed to know.
Moving right along.
No worries. But yeah, Iron Ball just places the huge bag of ball bearings right before the girl, and he'll give the briefest instructions of how the Alley Cats play their game of marbles. Right, so at least how my older brother Ali would have taught me. We draw a circle. You can vary the size: small, medium, large, and the main game of it is that we have a certain amount of marbles, and we try to fire as many of the marbles into the circle. More close to the center, you get more points, and if you feel sneaky, you can try to aim your marbles to knock the other person's marbles out so they can lose points. And with the most marbles or points are the ones that win. Although, unfortunately, there have been many times where we tend to lose the said marbles due to, well, rowdy gameplay and multiple people.
Should we have tied a string to Iron Ball at all? So he's just watching as he's probably moving in slow motion, putting the bag down.
Yeah, he's still, for you guys, putting the bag down.
Like, I feel like, obviously it could have fractured something, but him moving that way is not good.
Nope. Closer, second event horizon. Time
Should
dilation.
Should we be worried?
Not yet.
Okay, I will stay here and hope to God nothing dumb happens.
Perceptually, if a year passes for us, then we need to be worried, but...
This is probably specifically for you. Well, it obviously is. You know that she is not actually a wizard. She is a sorceress.
Oh, great.
And as, well, actually, Zephyr and Rowan probably both had these. When you're young and you find out you have special powers and you don't know about special powers, it can induce a lot of panic. So she sees Iron Ball slow down, and she looks to him, looks to the snake, looks to him, begins speaking rather rapidly, and the snake kind of, like, Iron Ball in a flash for you. The snake is in front of her, and it looks like it's about to strike, but what actually happens is you are repelled backwards 10 feet.
Can I make the attempt to hold my ground, or...?
No.
Okay.
This is a very much a surprise thing, as she doesn't know what's happening. Roll me a d10.
Okay. Three.
Because of the potion, you are 1 year younger.
So I went from, hold on. Oh, no.
Cat years or human years?
So now
That's in Big Rock we live on years.
Oh, man, you're freaking young now, bro.
So now I went from 35 to 34. Okay.
Posts again.
Wait, I'm just gonna roll something on this side to see just how stupid it is gonna be for. Hold on.
Oh, Iron Ball, for the love of Christ.
Okay, so just a year younger Iron Ball also has a somewhat noticeable slight hair mohawk on him right now.
Oh my God! 1 year ago, he was a punk emo.
Mental.
Huh.
Zephyr, you being so attuned to people, you see that as that happens, her breath starts getting more and more rapid. You definitely see the onsets of a child's panic attack.
Gotcha.
What?
Okay, don't get too close. She's freaking out.
What happened?
This could be bad. Don't worry, Janabi. Everything's okay.
Yes, nothing bad happened to me. If you're worried about this strange tuft of hair that I just suddenly regrew. Interesting.
Yeah, well, please take your thing back.
I think, okay. Janabi, I'm gonna try something, okay?
One moment before you do
Don't
anything.
hurt.
Young one, you may keep the marbles there if you wish. No harm, no foul.
You see the bag is as big as she is.
Yes. But it's,
God.
it can be used as playful marbles, that's for sure. And he will move over here while taking his Yarkikushka and then clamping it back on his foot. Huh, this feels lighter now. What did you do to it?
Literally didn't touch it.
So I'm gonna upcast. At 6th level.
At 6th level, you see that the glow in her eyes has definitely diminished, and there is a tension in the air that you all were feeling. That you had one of those tensions that instantly gets used to, but now that it's gone, you all feel that your shoulders relax a bit, and so does hers. And you can all tell that the stress level in this room is really going to affect how under control her magic is. What happened to him? Why?
Okay, Janabi. Don't worry. You've already probably figured it out. Things happen around you when you get emotional. The more scared or worried, more things happen, right?
She nods.
I want you to trust me. My name's Callisti. And I know what you're going through. I know how to help you control it. I can't make it go away. But I know how to help you control it. Do it what you want it to do.
Oh, okay. Zephyr, you feel that Hades comes up behind you, starts like pawing at your calf. What's up? He like noses at the snake, noses at you. How about what? How about wow? No good. He sneezes like he just like he looks at you and he opens and closes his mouth a couple times and looks at the snake. And he like paws at his ear.
Zool kind of gently floats over. I think what they're asking and Callisti wants to know, do you have to speak with animals?
Oh my gosh. Stop. I can't do that. Well, I thought he was... Okay. Sorry, for reference, thought we could already communicate and that he was just having trouble with the potion thingy.
Yeah, it's more fun when he can't speak people.
Do you think I should do it discreetly? Do anybody?
Maybe.
Do what you wish.
I don't remember what all it has to it.
It is up to you, Zephyr. If you wish to.
Is the snake her friend?
Yes.
Or does she not know what it is?
I suspect the snake is her familiar.
Okay.
Similar to like how Hades is bound to you.
Okay. Can I come a little closer? Sorry, I'm addressing her.
Yeah, so those of you who speak, speak Infernal hear her whisper to the snake, "She's tall."
Maybe crouch a little bit.
This is my friend Zephyr. What's your friend's name? Callisti says as she points at the kind of motions towards the snake.
She picks it up and he wraps himself around her shoulders. This is Thuban.
I have a little friend too.
My friend here, he can speak to animals like him, and then motions at Hades.
Is that okay?
It's up to him. And Thuban will hop off her shoulder and go just as far as he wants, like 10 feet away.
I'm getting there. Don't mind me. It's so tiny on the iPad. Okay, I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals. Oh.
So, yes.
I don't know what you want me to ask him.
I think you're more of a translator for me because I can't speak snake.
Alright. Go right ahead.
I want to help her. I know this sounds weird, but Janavi is like family to me. That is how much I care about her.
We are bound. Different clutches, same day. I protect.
I will do no harm to her. If anything, I want to help her not be afraid.
She does feel fear. Ever since the Elder turned to dust. She forgets what I remember.
Wait, so you know about the time jump problems?
What is time?
You know how the moon and the sun rise, and it happens one after the other? Always?
Yes.
We call that cycle time. We call it a day.
She affects this. Yes.
Yes.
Is that why the elders around her leave?
Yes.
Just as you shall.
I will not. As I said, Janabi is family to me, and I will do whatever I can to help her.
All have left us. She fears those who get close do not stay
And I will
full
do
time.
whatever I can to help her.
Now needs shelter, food.
Then I offer those things.
Edith, question.
Yeah.
What's the general makeup of this area? Is it a lot of like loose gravel and stone?
A cobblestone floor. You can definitely see quite a bit of sand that has been tracked in and out of this place. There's definitely in your average. It hasn't been swept in a long time, but there are walkways that are clear. You can see boot prints and a lot of very low tread shoes that you're not used to because you live in the mountains.
I'm more so asking like the composition of like the stone. Is it like very loose fitting, or is it like deteriorating? You'll kind of
Rather well kept. I know this image isn't doing it justice, but it's you could tell that the person who owns this is probably pretty wealthy.
Is there any like loose cobblestone piles or anything around? Or is it just like her kind of sitting on the outskirts of a building kind of setup?
You know what? Roll your stupid thing. What's your thing? Drainage thing?
Yeah, the miner's ore or miner's eye. The best way to drain water is supporting leak tunnels and processing ores for compilation. You also know working
Do you
mountains.
just not really need to roll for this?
Nope.
Okay. You do see that in the back corner, kind of like she's almost protecting the area, trying to keep it out of sight, there's a hole in the wall that a small child and a snake could most likely get through.
Is it rather weak, or is it kind of just like, how do I put this? Is it like supported well, or is it kind of just like a hole that looks like it was kind of dug out like half-heartedly? I know it's more. I guess that would probably require a roll.
It looks like the stone had turned back into sand, actually.
Oh.
Like like you would assume that cobblestones would have moved. No, there's a circular hole.
Oh, so like someone basically put like a buzzsaw or something, or not a buzzsaw, but like a saw, or I know the saw.
Yeah, like somebody took like a sawzall to it and just did a circle.
Okay. So much for building conventional home. Listy, is there metal or something that does... Actually, here's a weird question. I guess it would be more history on my back end. Is there a metal that Elric would know offhandedly from forging that doesn't corrode with time?
Mithril or adamantite?
Okay, I didn't know if there's anything else. I thought, fucking bronze or copper also doesn't deteriorate.
I don't know. I know
Bronze
copper,
World
like,
Varnish,
Varnish.
Road.
Okay.
Lucy will take a few very slow steps up. How about I make you a deal? You... She holds out her arm. You can climb on me. And if I hurt Janavi in any way, you can do what you do best.
Roll a persuasion. With advantage, because Zephyrs literally can do... It's translating. An 18, This is acceptable. And you feel he is very warm. Like, you have definitely had handled reptiles in the past. They don't give off heat. He does.
I'll put it this way, though. The rest of everybody, Callisti's tail just kind of poofed out pretty bad, because Danger Noodle. Takes her a moment to kind of calm down.
Yeah, Ironball is just ready to spring to action, but he's going to trust Callisti to handle this.
Callisti just kind of walks up. Do you want to go somewhere else?
She is like, gives you that really, like, very subtle kid nod.
Callisti holds out her hand.
Alright. I've done this very well, so I'm giving you advantage. She begins to reach out for you. And there's a flash in her eyes, and it looks like she sees something. And she jerks her arm back. No.
What'd you see?
A big, scary looking, I don't know what it is. It's big and brown. There were others of it around, but it was the biggest.
Was it a tree? Was it green
That's
on
a tree.
top? Callisti takes out her pen, and in the air... No, you know what? On the ground, she'll draw one up.
Oh, that.
That's where my family lives. And they want to be your family, too. They can be.
No, I don't have that, and all the other kids say I don't get to have that.
Well,
And
they're wrong. You deserve to have a family just like anybody else.
I already do. And she points at the snake on your shoulder.
Do you want more?
Okay.
She just kind of holds out her hand again.
She looks behind you, at them.
Some of them. But there's a lot more like you and me. With powers and abilities that others don't understand. But we do.
She looks and kind of actually smiles in Zephyr's direction. I do like, he has kind eyes. And she will step up and take your hand. And as soon as she does, okay, I need you to roll me a d10.
Uh-oh.
Calliste's 4 years older.
Imagine Callisto just kind of bites in pain for a moment. Okay. Fine.
And you see a very familiar smile because you did spend a lot of time in the library. And both her and the snake vanish, and you hear a very audible click as the door, well, it would unlock, but so the door behind her unlocks, and you see, if you look at the dice she was casting, Callisti, all 6 of them are ones.
Callisto picks up the dice. And probably Ironball, being the only other tabaxi in the room, probably realizes Callisti's now 23 years old.
Well, he is keeping his mouth quiet on that as he picks up his bag of 1 million ball bearings and then adds, I don't suppose these changes are going to be permanent, are they?
Ironball, from the bag, you smell rust.
Huh.
My beautiful ball bearings.
all 1 million of them.
Not really. I was about to say fangs, but Ironball takes a whiff of it. Well, at least I won't be having to carry this weight anymore for a while. Tosses the bag.
As it does, you just see that this cloud of orange dust fills up the corner of the room.
You know, I probably could have used that to have drove someone else insane with that. Oh well.
Man, I don't think anyone needs iron lung.
Not unless someone actually deserves it.
Well, let's see what the next one is.
You get the smell of seawater and you can almost hear a crowd as if they're in the background, but not anywhere near. And you see, tied to the mast, a woman you know very clearly as Janavi, as this is the form you usually know her in. She looks incredibly bored.
Alright, normal. That's Elric just looking in. So is she tied up? Or my brain?
Yes, it definitely looks like she is restrained.
Navi.
Oh, look, more townsfolk to gawk at the sea witch. Is that what you called me this time?
I'm gonna have to remember that for you later, but no.
Is that in any relation to on table question? But is there anything connected to Tamarine?
Ironball, it really does smell like Tannery.
Wait, are we in Tamarine
Look,
now?
I didn't call any giant sea serpents or krakens or whatever. You had a bad storm and 3 ships lost.
I don't mind if you mind answering the question, but are we in Tamarine right now, milady?
Did you just arrive on ship? Yes, this is Tamarine.
Oh.
You're even wearing local clothing, but oh, the rest of you are not.
Let's just say that I have been away from home for quite a while, and my return has been a strange journey.
She tugs at her chains. Tell me about it.
Other chains?
Great chains.
Wait, what kind... Could I see what kind of metal those are made of? Oh, never mind, Ironball's got it.
Ironball, as you begin to step on the boat, you are repulsed.
Wait, what?
roll me a d10.
Alright, let's play this smarter, please.
5.
Ironball, it ages 2 years.
So I'm back to.
So he literally, he went down.
He's a year older than what he was.
Ironball's playing the fucking game.
Wouldn't sorry about that.
No problem.
Wait.
And the mohawk is gone now. That's fine.
Are those chains, marked with runes or anything?
Yes, they are anti-magic fucking roots. Shit.
Elric, sticks Graham a little bit closer to, like, where Ironball got repulsed, but, like, trying to see if, like, tap it kind of like a thing of glass or see if it goes through.
Roll strength save. Really hope you fail this.
No.
It's really close, but it gets repulsed, and you stop it like a couple inches from your nose. This is about to smack you in the head. Like I said, wouldn't recommend it.
Well,
Fucking adventurous.
yes. Well, we tend to go with the more commonly used, hit it until the problem is solved. So
Yes, spoke all of our problems with a stick.
What do the runes say, Jeebus? Or is it, like, just general magic fuckery that I wouldn't understand?
You would. It says magic bullshit to you.
I'm just gonna... Wait, hold on. I'm assuming it's still just magic bullshit, but... I'll leave that up to you.
Yeah, it's magic. You don't understand. Okay. It's like reading math.
Ugh. Here, Callisti, these are all the calculations I can see from every magic detail. You could probably read it better than me, but there you go.
So are they the metallic kind or anti-magic magic kind?
Well, considering they repulse people, probably a bit of both tinkering together in some weird swirl mixed with either, I would assume, a highly titanium base or probably a higher mithril mix alloy.
You outclass one Illowin, and this is what you fucking get.
That makes sense then why it's a mithril alloy.
And there's
And
an
you
actual
just-
Callisti at the name.
Like, you just... Like, she is determined. Do you see that there's definitely blood running down her arms as she has been pulling at these for a long time?
Okay, is it a area of effect problem, Shinavi?
Nope, that's me. How the fuck do you know that name?
We're family. Deal with it.
Thank God I have swimming trunks. Gonna...
What?
Just don't worry about it. Just... I'm getting you out.
I have something stupid I want to try real quick. Could I... Oh, okay, never mind. Didn't think...
He said.
I was gonna ask, could I go underneath it before I got repulsed, but okay.
Nope. Seems like if you leave the dock. Ooh. Alright, Odd is down, even is up. No. Even is up, odd is down. You lose 4 years of your life. Or you're young. You're 4 years younger.
I'm about to say it. Oof.
Ah, I could feel my muscles again.
This might be a
He's gonna
strange.
become a
Actually,
fetus.
that kink in your shoulder went away.
This might be a
Thank
bit.
God. Well, I imagine Jackal's bite marks are actually gone now.
Yeah, you see that Elric has lost a significant amount of scars. But anyone's still there.
That's never going away.
But
How tall is the thing she's tied to?
It is a mast. Masts are what? On a small ship like that, 20, 30 feet-ish?
Probably
So
15.
would be outside of the magic, right? Top of it?
Possibly. What are you trying to do? I'm not the strongest swimmer.
Well, we were wondering if either to shoot the chains or turn
I might be able to break the mast off.
that too.
Oh.
What if you
Question.
shrunk the mast?
While they're doing that, Jeebus, could
Well, I was
poke
thinking
this,
about shrinking her, but I don't know if I can get the spell to work on her, so...
Can I poke the rope? Does anything happen when I poke it?
Oh no.
I mean, it's like steel.
That's fine. So, let me ask this. Is the rope basically chained to the dock itself, or, like, how's the setup there?
I mean, you think if this rope got removed, she'd start to float away.
That's not, well, I'm thinking the inverse of just bringing the ship onto land, since it's repulsing us from the sea. Maybe.
You think that might be her doing.
Okay.
It's not I mean, especially because your ages are being fucked with, and you saw that with her smaller self. That,
Okay.
I mean, Callisti, you could definitely tell she's a lot younger than when you know her, but she is also, a chronomancy. At this point, probably around the same skill set as you, if a little less. Because, I mean, she's kind of got a raw dog this shit. You had books.
Well, then, I guess we're gonna try something.
Are we going to lift it?
Nope, gonna try something that can't miss. Do we know the metallurgic composition of it yet?
Give me 5 seconds to look it over. Can I... What's the...
Roll blacksmith's tools.
Finally.
Whoa.
It is actually probably the most expensive composition you've seen. The cuffs are made specifically out of adamantite, but the chain is mithril, and the lock looks like it's like an alloy of the two.
Well, I was correct. So and Elric will kind of relay all that information. So I'm curious why one would go about wasting all these materials. I guess also probably because it wouldn't corrode as easily.
Like I said, make one rich bitch into an old lady, and look what happens. You end up being the sea witch or something. Whatever they called me. What was it? The lady of something. Yeah, whatever.
The Lady of Pain.
What?
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 Wait.
Sounds familiar.
Excuse me?
She's not the Lady of Pain.
She's being accused
I
as
could
one.
be.
You're not, trust
You do
me.
not want to be.
Open this fucking things.
Alright, Jeebus,
Yeah,
I want to do something a little bit different.
I love different.
Can I see the lock, like the keyhole?
Yes.
I'm gonna cast this, because I know it can't miss, hopefully. But I want to do cold damage. And the last one is force.
Oh my god.
To the internals of the lock.
All right. You see, as you blast the internals of the lock, 2 snake fangs fall out. And it looks like you did something to it, but then you see Thuban that's around her waist, acting as pretty much a very bad belt. As he opens his mouth, and both his fangs are missing.
Oh, we're gonna have to fix that.
No, don't worry, I can grow them back. You, over there! Your race is new around here. Heathling?
Close enough.
What's that on your back?
a rifle.
Young Duskhaven, what does that thing do?
Probably what I just tried to do, but better.
Well, regeneration's the spell we all know. Give it a shot, will you? And she'll kind of turn to you, and you see the lock jingle. It's a couple inches above her head.
Don't roll on that one for the love of
Well.
Christ.
Shut up. Why would you call it?
Because that's what he
Alright.
does.
Dress. Also because you live with Jeebus.
Oh my god.
Where's my... I don't get sharpshooter with my rifle, correct?
You can absolutely use sharpshooter with your rifle.
Well, I just don't have a button for it.
I'm sorry.
You
I-
get -10 for
Did I not make one?
You made one for my longbow.
Oh.
Well, what is it?
Well, for sharpshooter, it's a -5 to hit, but a +10 to damage.
Okay, then never mind. I thought it was the other way around. I thought it was less damage, but you're more likely to hit. That's my bad. Okay, well. Here goes nothing.
You're fine.
I'm still scared.
What was that noise?
In a flash, her eyes glow that golden. You all remember from when she was a child. Rowan, you see that your aim might have been a tad bit off, but with her changing the fates a bit, you actually took that shot at a 26. And you hear, "Ain't take the whatever you believe in. Shit." As she lowers her hands, and you all kind of feel that, again, that tension relieve. Fucking house.
I believe in the flail.
I apologize. I'm Janavi, apprentice of Energy at the Duskhaven Coven. Can I help you? The Coven obviously didn't send a novice, right? Look at her, she's so small. Like a little Freya. Who's already little.
Yes, about that. Moogle, you're muted, by the way, if you're...
That would explain why nobody heard what I said.
Yep.
She was like, "I'm Bastet's granddaughter."
No, you're not. Freya is 6.
Miss Genevieve.
Okay, I'm from the future. You're a time mage. You know exactly what the heck is going on if I tell you that.
I have a panic attack.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, shit. We're here. And you all smell like sand. Oh. Oh, it's a big one.
Let us just say that if you may or may not be aware, but in future, Tamrain is no longer around. So that's why I had my initial confusion.
Oh, I know the best tailors around here. Good dress like this up north.
Well,
They all migrated north, so you kind of can.
I'll take the cuts.
Also,
but
they
yes,
found this weird silk because spiders.
I can confirm gestures to Callisti. To my niece's claims, since, well, you had more or less aged or de-aged just a little bit through a previous encounter.
That is a specialty of mine. Sorry, it's a, I don't even want to call it, but it's a family line issue. Oh, by the way, how many of me have you met so far?
Well,
You are the
front
second.
memory, at least one. So,
Okay, one. Well, technically two, but one. And then me. Okay. A couple of options here. Through whichever door you didn't come in or out of, is either a very wizened and nice me that learned the error of her ways, decided to be a better person, or the paranoid bitch.
Probability on either? Or is it a coin flip?
She looks at you and her face kind of drops. Look at me.
Alright, so about a 90-10 on in the favor of the crazy.
It's about right. I hope so. By the way, I will probably be trying to kill you unless you guys are very good at talking a crazy old lady off of her rocker.
I
deal with my grandmother.
I've talked to crazy people before, and they've only killed me slightly.
We will do
I'm
our...
going to sail this ship away and process my trauma.
Yes, safe travels, and,
Oh, that sounds nice.
I do hope, you don't have to deal with Tamarine in the burning.
I really hope
She looks at you, Zephyr. It never goes well, pretty boy. That's why you're here.
Oh.
So is Marine always destined to fall?
This
Not
one
doing
is. I'm gonna fucking kill everyone here if I have my way. Except for that old man with a mushroom. He's nice.
Oh my god. Zephyr's grandfather.
Which old man with a mushroom?
Give me a moment. I think it starts with a G.
I couldn't remember if I tried right now.
I'm finding the token.
It's on the dirt beard.
No. I know
No.
who did.
No, the guy that gave
No,
Zephyr his mushroom.
Yeah, it is. Ah, Gregor!
Greg. Oh, I know that one.
Really? Alright.
Oh, he was also in Tamarine.
And he owned them. Oh wait, no, Elric wouldn't know that, but technically I guess
Iron-
Fireball would know he owned the bar, right?
Ironball knows Grigor, or at least last time he met him was in Tamarine.
Yeah,
Wait.
he was in the bug table, he was the owner of the bar in Tamarine, right?
Yes.
It was him
Yes.
and his wife? Question mark? Okay,
Yes.
yeah.
Even Ironball goes like, "Oh, you're referring to Grigor."
Oh yeah, it literally says there in his character sheet. I'm stupid.
Last I saw him was in Tamarine before the incident. I did not know you knew Grigor, Mr. Zephyr.
Well, last I saw him, he was a spirit telling me that he was my grandfather, so...
Oh, this does not look good.
I
think
am
we
sorry.
flipped the 90%.
Oh shit. I just saw the token too.
I really, really hope we can deal with crazy.
Just a moment. For some reason
Yeah,
I
I didn't
lost the token.
I didn't know if you wanted to wait for Genesis real quick because.
And back to the entrance. Back on that carpet.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. No worries.
We.
I didn't know if you wanted to wait though for Genesis because he's BRB because his internet.
Oh, Genesis is BRB. This is a good time to take a break.
Sure.
Okay.
I suppose the only RP I'll probably do is talk to Zephyr. It's like, yes, last I recall, Gregor owned a inn at Tamarine. Before it was burned to, the entire island was burned by Morthane.
How long ago was that? That you met him, I mean.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry.
I think DM
Oh, we're
game-wide...
taking a quick bathroom break.
Okay.
Sure.
But DM, how long in-game was it that Tamarind was burned?
Would have been like six, it would have been like 7 or 8 months.
Near
It would have
8
been-
months.
Okay.
Yeah, 'cause it was like right when the campaign started was when the settlers were coming in from Tamarine.
Yeah, no, I was trying to remember because Iron Ball recall seeing Gregor during the yellow ticket madness and having his own bouts of madness. So yeah, so Iron Ball pauses,
How'd
thinks
he go
about it.
How'd he go from that to being in the secret druid camp?
Who said he wasn't a druid when he was running a bar?
Okay,
Iron,
fair. I just thought he lived there. He, like, knew what was going on everywhere.
Iron Ball
He
never.
can walk.
Iron Ball never even asked. He just
There's
goes.
a very handy spell called transfer via plants.
Yeah, I got it.
Or tree stride? I don't
Yes.
know. It's teleport. You can just teleport,
Teleport
trees.
via plants. Well, teleport
There's
via
a-
plants is like
there-
the
I
efficient
think
one because you just make
There's a
portals.
feat as well as a spell.
Man.
Yeah, teleport via plants, basically, as long as you can envision the plant, you can teleport, basically. It's like a magic circle of plants, as long as it's large enough to open. It's really
Okay,
good if you
and
know what you're doing.
Land Stride, I have that one also. It's starting at 6th level, move through non-magical difficult terrain, costs no extra movement, and I can also pass through non-magical plants without being slowed. That one just means that difficult terrain is less of an issue, I think.
For some reason, I practically envisioned the reason why they specifically said non-magical is because they could imagine people just, like, using it to fucking run through tree ants and just blow them up.
Oh my
Which would have
god.
been funnier. Or, like, just any plant of, like, that stature where you could just kind of, like, Ant-Man up his ass kind of scenario.
Oh no.
I was just gonna go with a quick information from Iron Ball since he did met Gregor in the inn.
Oh no! What the fuck?
What happened?
Oh, Miser. Do you see that? Miser?
Okay, hold on. Yeah, I crack all my
Miser, you
knuckles.
and I thought the same thing?
So how's Elric's throwing arm? You know what I want, right?
Oh, I know. At the moment I saw that token, I'm like, Miser's gonna probably have killing intent.
You're not wrong, buddy.
Thankfully, Elric doesn't know who the fuck that is.
Iron Ball does.
Iron Ball does.
The moment I saw that down as a player, I'm like, Jeebus, you want us to get fucked here?
No, I know, no, not that. He wants us to get our retribution.
I think it's a bit of both. It's easy bait for you and me, Miser.
And then there's Rowan and I, just like, I know none of these people.
It'll probably be explained in probably the next 5 minutes, real fast. This is gonna be the, oh shit went down real fast button.
Yeah, though, just on the last bit of the RP, yeah, so Iron Ball will just say, yes, it's been between 8 or 9 months ago that I last met Gregor. Gremor. I can never get his name correct, but he owned a bar, which me and Ali used to frequent quite often along with the other alley cats.
Well then.
But unfortunately, I could not find him or others out of the bar after Marthane went and torched it into a molten rock. But hearing that you have saw him as a specter, I see that he did not quite make it out.
Oh, no. He just, like, died of old age, because we saw him I saw him a couple months ago in person, and then... How long was it between when I, like, disappeared for a little bit and then we went to the Centaur place.
That would have been
ago.
that would have been a few months ago.
Yeah, I saw him in person, and then he must have died somewhere in a month later, just of being old.
Ah, I see. So at least he was not put to the torch like many other innocent souls that Marthane had killed in his wretched excuse of revenge.
Do you hear weird talking going on as Elric's kind of like walking past the carpet?
What the heck was that?
You guys, like, as you guys have been talking, it's been a continuous carpet. Like,
Yeah, it's like, it's like infinite, yeah. Like, they're just walking and it's like...
I feel like we
those,
were supposed to make distance, but I don't feel like we made any distance.
Well, I hear talking coming from the end of the corridor, but this carpet seems to go infinitely. Callisti, is this a thing that normally happens? But just infinite carpet?
Oh, well, in time dilation, yes, but on the other hand, it could just be an infinite carpet.
Please tell me. I want to get off this fucking crazy ride at this point. We just, like, say no.
Okay. You just have to keep going and hope it ends.
What if it keeps going to infinity, though?
Then we should turn around and go the other direction.
Elric turns around and then tries to walk the other direction. Please tell me he just, like, resets and, like, walks past the party a few times.
I was imagining moonwalking.
Yeah. Like, Elric's just walking in reverse of the party.
That is an interesting skill you're using, Elric.
I hate this. I hate time magic. I wish it would stop, but it seems like I can't fucking leave.
Yes, considering that we already have one problem in Craven Cliff, I do not wish to be dealing with another one, so let us no longer waste time and get this over with.
I'm trying to. This doesn't seem to fucking end.
I know. We must simply power through. That being said,
No, if you...
I am a bit concerned since you were asking those very bothersome questions earlier.
About?
A possible interaction between two time mages.
What's the worst that could theoretically happen? It just collapses time in on itself and then everything...
Please tell me everybody's here.
I think we are. We're just vamping. I think it's like perfect timing, too. With the phrase that...
Yeah, I know. That's why I had to ask.
Yeah, because Iron Ball, he's saying that, well, considering how Miss Genevieve looks at the current moment that we had saw her, I do not know how she looks now with the manipulation of time and how Callisti and I now look slightly older or younger. Or I suppose yourself, I would not be surprised if one or the other tries to, I believe the term of it is seduction.
I mean, for what we were told, Shortness was disintegrated?
No, he was
Question
still
mark?
he was still in his confinement. We do not know if he is still in existence of it, but I was among some of the elite guards watching that coffin.
Alright. Well, let's hope for the best then, that they're not interacting in any way, shape, or form.
Well,
You son of a bitch!
I'll just move him
I don't
here.
know what you expected me to do. I was the one who told you to not get in my way. You killed my family. And she just throws, like, you see a very specifically colored magic bolt that none of you have seen this type of magic, like, actually just in a physically manifested form. And he throws up a shield.
For all the 9 hells. And this is actually Iron Ball talking in in a mix of Inferno, but also a bit of the Tabaxian calm, and he is just mixing all of his curses languages right now. Shorthus, you're... Oh, I should have known.
Wait, that's...
And
The
who
other-
the hell even are you?
That is the second problem underneath Gravencliff.
Not anymore. I
Yeah.
told you you couldn't contain me.
No,
I will fix this world.
You've already broken enough problems already, brat.
No, I've seen this. I can fix it. I'm the one. I'm the one who can do it.
Ironball just pinches between his eyes, his nose. This is why I do not like him. I do not like these Messiah types. Let's just get rid of him now. We will just go with...
You guys, as you guys are conversing, you hear Janavi go, "Then why does the North burn? Why is Morthane in power? Why has it been years since the war has ended and you have done nothing?" I told you all that if I wasn't locked up, I would have been fine.
Oh, good, we're fucking together.
Oh my god.
Callisti, you hear this from the depths of, like, her being. This is for my sisters.
Yeah! Wait, how the fuck did I roll? Oh, I thought I rolled a 2. That was Jeebus.
No, I rolled in that one, so what the fuck you guys are talking about?
Ironball, are we doing that special thing that you asked me to do
Yes.
one time?
Callisti, Zephyr, and Elric have rolled initiative.
I'm sorry.
Ironball, we're going to do that one thing you wanted to do that one time, but you said no.
Yes.
Awesome.
There's nothing but cold steel in his voice right now. It's equivalent to almost, but not exactly, but like almost like purple. Pedal is about to hit somebody with a flail, but do more than just hit them with the flail.
You guys see in the backs just a very light red glow in the backs of Ironball's eyes as he begins to embody his master.
He has become
quiet.
The screams of the damned into the back of your minds.
He has become one with the flail.
It's more.
The quiet scream slowly is building like a teapot.
It's not just that, but for a very brief moment, you might have just seen the shadow of Master Pedal standing right over Ironball, and it's just pointing.
There's a pair of antlers growing out of his head.
Now hit him with flail.
Good.
It's time for your catchphrase.
You know what?
You know what the
Oh,
flail was.
I can do this. I have a thing now. It's special. Why don't I have? Oh, I do have a special really. Cone.
Oh no.
45 degree. It's gonna hit, but I just want to use this.
Steven just wants to feel special.
I know.
What the fuck is this?
So it's gonna hit everybody.
What? What's gonna hit us?
Well, give it a minute. He's
As he uses
I don't want to get hit.
a 6th level cone of cold.
Oh, no.
Oh, thank God I have resistance.
Alright, and that is
Wait,
Constitution.
I have cold resistance, but I don't think it's like for a cold attack, right?
No,
No,
it's
it is. It's cold
specifically for cold attacks.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's specifically for cold damage.
Oh,
Can you find that?
there's a counter.
So if what is it? It's counterspell.
It is a 6th level spell, so do you have advantage for some reason?
No.
15 just barely doesn't do it.
Alright, here's my con save.
Alright, give me a minute. Where'd the turn order go? Did you close it
Oof.
or did Jeebus?
I don't think I did.
Wait,
I may have.
I have
Yeah,
advantage?
you did, because it disappeared for a minute.
One second, I might actually had advantage on that.
That is...
I have no idea how you get advantage on the counter shelf, so that would be totally some.
It's a roll thing. Let me check.
Wait, hold on. I think I might also be able to help. Wait. Hold on. How does this work? No, I think it has to be an attack.
Okay, no, I failed.
Whenever you get hit by an attack roll. Nah, never mind. It's an attack roll. I can't do that either. So, yep.
Alright, so Elric passed, Rowan passed.
Iron Ball
Way
failed.
up in.
I still need con saves from there's one, and I need one from my Pelidon.
Is Smart counted as cold or is its own separate entity?
I think it just let's add just the cold damage.
Okay. I didn't know if it was gonna be. No. All right. So.
Hold on.
52 split in half. is
Oh,
what?
right.
16.
Ironball's within 10 feet. What Ironball roll?
I just
Ironball
rolled
still
a...
would fail.
Yeah.
Zephyr would pass, actually, because he's within 10 feet.
Everybody that's near me within 10 feet, they have aura of protection on them, so let me see if I read that correctly.
That's a +4... No, I still failed, because the DC is 18.
Damn.
Yeah, but Zephyr passed. So Zephyr takes a quarter of the damage.
He takes.
Elric, you take
I
a
already-
quarter.
Yeah, I already
Yeah.
did the math, so 13. That's what I was
Okay,
doing.
I'm gonna use Ace up my sleeve because that's a lot of damage to take.
44? Damn. Okay.
Well, it's actually 52.
So that puts me at 20.
So that puts me at 11.
Alright, then he's going to Quicken Spell and Eldritch Blast. Probably 2 at her and 1.
Short this! Oh, now Iron Ball's
One
mad.
at Iron Ball.
Yep.
So here's the first 2 to her. I think.
It's thinking about it.
I think I clicked it.
Just hit it again, just in case, one more time.
Yes.
Oh, there it goes. Well, do you want the crit or no?
I'll take the crit.
Oh no, these 2 are going to her.
Oh,
these
shit.
2 are going to Janavi.
Nice.
This one is going to Iron Ball.
Oh no.
Miss.
It does not add the smart damage, so she does take fucking a solid extra 22 damage.
Isn't Smart just applied to every damage casting spell? I
think I'm adding it. I'm adding it once per
Okay.
turn.
God, I forgot this fucking build gives me cancer.
Yeah.
Iron Ball just smacks the Eldritch Blast away with the flail.
And Janavi needs to roll a con save. She's gonna fail. Shit, never mind. What was half damage again?
30 or 13.
No.
Wait, for half?
23? 26, I guess?
Yep.
Alright. That would be his turn. Callisti, it is your turn.
know what? Yeah, that sounds exactly like what I want to cast. Mood.
Fireball?
Oh, it's all screwed up.
The DC is 12.
What?
Good to know.
There's all kinds of fucked up.
Looks like a DC I could be.
There we go.
Okay.
Always trapped.
It is.
That's actually great. Oh my god. This is just Tasha's Mind Whip on crack.
Yeah, that's why it's a level 4 spell.
Wow.
He needs to make a Constitution save. He has advantage on him because it's a spell. But he's also a wizard. Solid oof.
This is Jeebus rolling, so.
He's not a better wizard than me.
Genesis. It's your turn.
Woo! Okay. So first, I'm gonna use. Where is it? Channel Divinity. To whoever got hurt, you will regain Charisma modifier plus my Paladin level. So 11 plus 4, that's 15. Everybody heals 15 HP.
I got all my HP back. I literally did.
Wow.
Zephyr and I'd be like, yes, our full HP.
Exactly. As my eyes glow and I extend my hands on either side of me, I say, "No one hurts my friends."
Oh, holy man, really, Genevieve?
Holy man. How dare you?
I'll make you a fucking holy man. Points Graham at him.
Aha! I get it.
Oh, good, I had a brood like you on my squad.
Ironball just holds the flail, the Yarki at him. Right. I am going to do exactly what Master Peltable wanted to be done with you.
An apprentice of the drunken. Janavi, I thought this was supposed to be a one-on-one. Cheating again, I see.
No, she is not cheating. She is assuring the future. Unlike you.
My future is the correct one. I've seen it.
As you have lied over and over.
I got a prophecy that says you're wrong.
Oh, God.
I got a ton of dirt.
Got a ball of yawn that says you'll get distracted. This elfie bitch is talking shit.
Oh. Wait, is this still my turn?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I thought you finished your turn.
So I asked Khaleesi, so what's the plan? Do we attack your friend or do we attack the other random person over there?
I believe I speak for everybody here with, fuck that guy.
Yes.
Fuck
Okay.
you too.
Very well, fuck him to hell.
He doesn't speak for the tree, so we
I'm going to flail you!
That sounds provocative.
So...
I gotta say
Right
something
here.
after session that makes me laugh.
And that ends my turn.
Alright, so now it's Rowan's turn.
Yay.
Yay.
Okay. I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna shoot him those times.
That's 2 in Spanish.
Welcome to mi casa. That's
Donde
French for front
está?
door.
Uh-huh.
I feel like it's a joke that I'm missing that's like going above my head.
It's from Big Hero 6.
Oh, okay.
Welcome to mi casa. That's French for front door.
I didn't think for a minute.
I never.
Hello. Where's the button I'm looking for? Okay, never mind. I shoot. Hello? Okay, there we go. Yeah, there it is.
You shoot
23.
And then bonus action, favorite row. Wink. Boop, 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 and then I shoot again.
Wow. Wow.
Why didn't you click on favorite foe?
Damn it! Because I'm stupid. It's 1d6. Give me a minute. I knew it was too good to be true. There's no way I actually did a turn properly without helping or asking for help.
You know what's that?
You did the exact same damage.
I did.
twice.
I had to look and see that I did it right. I was like, that doesn't look correct.
Alright, he is going to use...
Oh.
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 Wow. Well,
So you see as he just catches the first bullet out of the air, and he just drops to the ground.
That's not supposed to happen. Go, 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 go.
shoot him again. For the love of God, shoot him again.
And then she does.
Yeah.
Ah! Shut up! Who can shoot?
Why does gun have 2 bullets?
Alright.
You know, short this. There's one thing that Callisti taught me about wizards that I'd like to replicate. You can't do shit if you can't use your mouth. Iron Ball, go! And he throws Iron Ball at him.
Iron Ball's more than willing.
Wait, hold on. Bonus action first so I can get advantage on this. I want to get bigger, please.
Wow.
And it is a bonus action. Yeah.
Context.
And
I
thicken.
want to get bigger.
Alright, and then immediately I'll throw Iron Ball at short this. I guess that'll be one attack action, because he is an improvised weapon, and I do have Tavern Brawler for this reason.
You're throwing flail and the handle attached to it.
What do you want me to roll as my improv? My medium, small, or large?
Yes, medium. He's not a full person or a table. Iron Ball, you take 8 damage, but
I'll
he's
take
hit.
it. I'll take it. Let me land right here next to him. I'll take that 8
All right.
damage.
Really? You throw a cast?
No, I do this then too. And he... Heck,
Oh shit.
where is this?
Bullying.
Wow, I think I missed. Did I? 16? The third attack, so no.
Let me just add some damage to him.
Yeah, no worries. I
That's-
love how...
He is a wizard.
I'm aware.
No.
Is that the end of your turn?
I still have one more. Did that hit? Question. The
Yeah.
spear. I need a strength save.
No.
Okay. I can throw the spear again then. Just to be an asshole, because I technically have 3 attacks. And Iron Ball was my first. Where is it? What? Oh, there it is. Wow, God damn it.
Unfortunately, you'll actually miss.
Alright, that's my turn.
Because he doesn't have reach, even though he's big.
Yeah. Because grab technically doesn't have reach, which is weird. But there's a reason why.
It's a later thing.
Yeah. No, I completely
If
understand.
he gave you reach, you can hit, like, I think we did the math, it was like 47 squares.
Yeah. That's why
Some fucking crazy ass, like, number.
Especially, too, when I get, like, the huge variant of the giant morph.
Yeah,
so... I'm fine.
We talked about it.
Yeah, I'm completely fine with what I have. I understand Elric can beat the shit out of everyone. Alright, that's my turn.
Alright, Zephyr, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna get where I can see things happening.
Callisti, as you look around, Shinabi looks fucking confused on who you people are.
She doesn't even recognize me? Okay.
I don't think she has not seen you yet, because she's been very focused on the wizard in front of her. Then Iron Ball showed up, and Elric's there.
And then Iron Ball came flying in through the top rope.
Everybody else, just don't worry about it. Just fuck her with this.
We all know this. We all know this fucker.
Ironbone personally knows him, so he has bones to pick.
Iron Ball, go! Like a Pokemon. Throw it at him. Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, that's not what I meant to do.
Ironball's about to use his close combat now.
Sorry, I thought it was going to prompt me. I wanted to cast that at a higher level.
Oh, you can. So, Magic Missile... Yeah, you just kind of click on Magic Missile until you want to stop.
So it's 3 for first level.
So you start with 3, and then, yeah, each level you gain one more bolt.
Okay. So we're going to do it this way then.
That's a first level. Second level, fourth.
Ooh.
Third.
Wow. Does everybody have
We were going for third level.
That'll be a third level.
Oh my.
1, 2, 3. So 1, 2. Okay, that's
19.
So, thank you. As you guys see, as he gets hit by force damage, looks like the only thing that's really hit him fully so far.
Okay, well, good to know.
Oh, that sucks for him.
Well, good news, that wasn't an actual spell. I have the Chain of Stars thing.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
That did not take a spell slot for me.
Yeah, it's actually not bad then.
Good to know, though. Hey.
True.
Alright, is that the end of your turn?
Hades is staying out of it for now, so I think that is the end of our turn.
Alright, as a legendary action.
Kill me now.
Instant party wipe.
No.
I don't think Jeebus is that mean yet.
Dimension Door.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know,
Okay.
I'm going to have to throw you again.
That's fine.
Fireball.
He's within range still.
He's very smart.
Uh-huh.
He's not very wise.
Let's see. 30.
Jeebus, I have a question.
That's every wizard ever.
Yes, he
Are
is
we-
within
are we-
range.
Are we able to see the door that we came through to get to this room?
No, it does look like there is it is closed for right now. It is there, but it is closed.
Okay.
And you just hear him yell from the corner.
We all watched Fireball whip back.
Yep. Hold on, I'm just checking if I get anything giving me my advantages or whatnot. You know what? I got my superiority dice. What the fuck am I saying? So, I'm just gonna do this now. Action surge.
Break his fucking knees.
So, here's gonna be 4 attacks. I want to see how it goes with the first 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, fun.
Oh, they're all, okay, for that 17, I'm going to use my precision attack. And since my combat superiority dice are now, just make sure they're right, they are... Wait. Hold on. They are, yeah, they're D10s. So, that 17 will be now adding a 10 to it. A 21.
So does that add to the damage too?
No, just the attack roll.
Alright, cool. Hey, you know what a +4 makes it?
A 21.
Just out of shield range.
So, okay, so that's one superiority dice.
Okay.
I still have 4 more. I
You also
don't.
roll,
I'm not gonna treat this person as a human. I'm gonna treat him as my specialty of monster slayer. So I'm gonna start burning those remaining 2 superiority dice to inflict as much damage as possible right now. And unless he's a fiend,
Okay.
unless he's a fiend, these would be automatic 20s. But so that's from 4 attacks. And
he's considered outer planar. Does that have a thing?
Yes.
So he is not considered from this dimension.
So I will let you rule it how it is because
Like, where would you put an illithid on this list? Kind of thing.
that would be, unfortunately, that would be an
Abomination.
Huh?
A bit aberration.
Yeah, I was gonna say
So he's
aberration.
probably like an aberration.
Yeah. So I will let you rule it how it is, but this is the I'm gonna spend those last 4 superiority dice. If he matches or if you consider it as an automatic 40, if not, this is the amount of damage he's taking.
I must do something. He's been
Oh, wow.
channeling.
And then
Where is he?
hold on, I'm just gonna add one more thing. Now my remaining 2 attacks, but I'm switching to Great Weapon Master.
Wait, I
Okay.
need to do something I need to roll something.
Okay.
He was just rolling the contingency button.
I'm waiting for it. I still got 2 more attacks to hit.
Can he hear you? Oh, you guys didn't even see who rolled that.
Oh no.
But you know who rolled that.
Yeah.
I'm scared, but at the same time, expecting something because
No, it's just, you can use them as they're part of your, extra damage. As you, standing behind him is just literally like a JoJo stand of Parable pointing at your face.
okay, just let you know, I still got 2 more attacks, and they're gonna be Great Weapon Master because I am not taking any chances with this guy. So 1, 2. That's the last 2
Did you
hits.
also roll for the con save for shield? He was technically.
No.
He hasn't used shield.
Oh, I thought. Oh,
He wasn't
never mind.
able. He's never been able to use shield yet.
Oh, damn.
You just missed.
The
I'm
last
just
one or
saying.
the first one?
Oh, so his AC is 17.
Okay. So what?
Wow.
If his AC is 17, that means doesn't he hit it or the shield?
Yeah, no, it hits.
Okay. Finally, his bonus action.
Fighters, man.
A lot more damage.
I'm going to take a fighter stance.
The fuck you don't leave button.
Let me see. I think I had something else too. Just to make sure. Alright, that's Weapon Master.
I forgot to roll a d6 for his concentration problem.
Oh, for pain.
Yeah.
Alright, so that's all my superiority dice. I burnt all that out. Let me see.
You can't concentrate for 4 rounds.
Wow.
Jesus. I don't think that is the most damage we've done in a round. I think Elric still beats that.
It's Elric second and Rowan is in first. So
Yeah.
Rowan is in first.
yeah, so it's like the third most.
Well, that's a shit ton of damage.
Alright. Well, like I said,
Unfortunately, I have to do something to Eddie.
Okay. Oh, shit. Well, Iron Ball has just burnt all of his superiority dice. And his action
Please.
surge.
Describe the fuck out of this.
Okay, so the moment that Shorthis decided to do his dimension door trick, Iron Ball immediately turned his head to the most possible exit that the guy would go to, and he was just within range. Iron Ball's only reaction, or his only thought is, "You should have fled farther, boy." Using the Tabaxi agility, the feline agility, just zip right past all of them. And as he does, he is already in full swinging momentum. He is aiming for the damn knees. And as the first 4 hits come in, everyone sees for a very brief moment, it's not Iron Ball, it is Master Parable beating the crap out of what should have been done to short this so long ago.
No, what you guys actually see is just Iron Ball with Parable's helmet on.
And they say you can't use summoning if you're not.
And the screams of the damned.
No, I
So-
wish. They're good.
I need to change the music a bit. We need... I think we need some of this.
But alright, so now my opportunity attacks.
As Callisti, you see a color of magic you hardly see. It's also hard to describe. It's a gray-green that swirls in her palm. Zephyr, you kind of know this color as you've seen it before. This is the color of time. And she,
Where have I seen that before?
you see her slowly casting. This is something someone should have done to you quite a long time ago, Elf. As she uses her own made 9th level spell, our word, age. And she chooses to not increase his age, but subtract from his age 1,000 years. And he ceases to have ever existed.
Fuck that guy.
Wait, is
Yes, dude, watch your mouth.
Iron Ball
Sorry,
in the
mistress. Wait. No, you're young.
Iron Ball in the
Give me
brief
a
haze
moment.
of battles, looking around. Wait, what?
Fuck that guy. Elric just
Did he
kinda
vanish?
shuts back down.
Not vanish. He went through the excruciating pain of being reverse born.
Ew.
I
Oh, thank you.
do not know the extent of that particular situation, but I take it that he is no longer a threat.
No longer a threat doesn't mean it. He has never existed. Unfortunately, she gestures around to the pretty much dilapidated shack that you can all smell sulfur from. Doesn't change what he's done.
What happened here?
Technically, you're in a panic attack, so I think this is technically the future.
This is one, yes. I highly suggest not letting him out.
Oh, God, no. I was hoping he'd...
Wait, he is still alive.
Yes. Not now, but then.
In our timeline, he is still alive, Iron Ball. So,
Oh, thank the
you have
God,
another
you're speaking
chance
it.
to flail.
Alright. I will ensure that either he stays in his coffin, or we make sure that coffin kills him in some way or another.
The unfortunate thing is, this timeline is now collapsing.
Oh, that's fun.
Should we go back?
But I got my revenge. No, she gestures. You all will be fine. Thank you for calming my internal strife. I can do one thing for each and every one of you. I can change your age 5 years in any direction. For each of you. If you would like to, that's fine. If not, well...
Like 18 again.
Oh my god.
Ding. You see Khaleesi go back to normal.
Actually, she's a year younger than she was.
Oh, a
Yeah,
year
she's
younger.
17?
No, she's 18. She was 19 when she met you guys.
Oh. Now she can go back to her fanfiction.
I suppose I can request just a return of my original age. One...
Wow, really? One?
Yes. If that is not the problem.
You realize that she's already switched back your age.
You have my gratitude. And he actually gives her a proper, polite bow.
Considering most of my scars aren't going to leave my body, can you make Graham 5 years younger to at least aid some of the magical cracks as he holds out Graham?
Are you sure? 5 years ago was a bit different.
How long ago was it when Elric's family...
You've gained a couple runes since then, haven't you?
Yeah.
How about like a couple months?
If I may make a suggestion, Elric, perhaps going forward in time might improve your weapon.
Actually, that'd probably be better, but it also could snap it considering what it's composed of.
Yes, that does deal with quite a bit of probability. I don't feel comfortable doing that to that weapon specifically.
Why don't you go back 5 years so your wife isn't breaking you every night?
I already did that, and I feel a lot better. As you notice, he's a lot less scarred up. I'm fine where I'm at.
Oh yes, you do not have the bite marks of the Jackal Man.
Thank God.
Mr. Merchant Rowan, High Druid Zephyr, oh, not yet, sorry. Rowan Zephyr, do you wish for this?
I'm gonna make eye contact with Rowan, like, should we do it?
Sorry, what?
I said I'm gonna make eye contact with Rowan and be like, should we do this?
I'm not.
Oh, we'll just see if the stubble happens on its own, I guess.
There's a doubt for that.
No.
No.
Oh my God. I think most of us are fine.
I think we're fine.
I'm 18 again.
Oh my God.
Wait, does that mean that her mark is gone?
Oh yeah, is there death mark on her forehead?
Nope.
gone?
Still there.
That's permanent.
That's
Okay.
permanent.
So kind of like Elric's lightning scar, it's just always gonna go.
There are permanent features to all of your core characters. Like Iron Ball's never gonna get fur.
Yeah,
Genesis.
No, he got a mohawk once.
for a brief moment, and it's gone.
She leans down to Callisti. Does he still go by Genesis?
Yeah.
Genesis, would you care for it? I know it's a strange concept, but kind of my specialty, really all I could do in this moment before I need to send you all back to your timeline before you've all ceased to exist like he did.
If I reverse time from me 5 years, will I be healed of the scars of those years?
All but 1 or 5, depending how you look at it.
Never mind then.
All right. She kind of pats Callisti, a very familiar feeling for you. She just pats the top of your hat and pushes the cone down, as she is still herself.
Okay. See.
All right, everybody in the dome, and she a very particular, again, blue-green kind of dome, blue-gray, kind of. You know what? If you look at the watch together, like the H in Halo, like the way the Odious, the Halo 3 kind of coloration is.
I think I'm too big. Give me 1 second. It's like, get a little bit smaller. Well, one size.
I'm not gonna fucking fix it. Don't do it.
I thought the dome was on the
Unfortunately, that motherfucker has tied himself to our timeline. So please, just bury him in concrete and feed him every couple of days. Something like that. I don't know. Just make sure. Just do your best to make sure he doesn't die before the war ends.
Very well. I will inform Miss Dulciana about this.
And you all feel yourselves definitely. It's a very odd feeling because it's not teleporting. It's not changing areas. It's changing times. As you are back in this area, but there is a very exhausted looking. I always lose everything all the time, forever.
Just type her name, Smile.
Okay. Please tell me that there's no space-eating monsters. No, yes, I said that right. Not brain-eating, space-eating.
I'm sorry, fucking what?
Oh, don't worry about it. I'm going to open my eyes. If anybody has a tentacle, I will turn you to dust. Okay.
I'm pretty sure Hades put that away.
Man, this squid's pasta that they made the other day is really good.
I do not know if a flail is considered a tentacle.
Oh, good, you're all jackasses. Perfect.
Rude. Javi.
One more thing. Where's my apprentice?
Pardon?
Callisti of the snake.
No, that was...
I don't know here.
I think the snake disappeared when the first one did.
Oh. Oh, she's back at the Duskhaven Manor.
Back at home.
Good, she's not in a brothel. Alright.
I'm sorry, what?
Trust me, I've been through a lot of timelines.
What?
What, you think you're the first you that's been here?
No, I'd imagine there's been at least 7 of us. Maybe more.
7,000 more like.
Yay.
If I may interject, Miss Genevieve, but in those...
Oh good, he doesn't talk backwards.
Right. In those 7,000 times, did the individual known as Jackal come here instead of me?
Only about 44,602.
So it's a split about 50-50.
Thank you. That was all I needed to know.
Very good. Alright. Just a couple of questions. We haven't won yet, have we?
No.
Sadly, no.
No. Shit. I liked that one. Partied for days. I'm gonna go outside and it's going to be foggy. Right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
There are going to be questions, I'm going to need answers.
I mean, I usually ask stupid questions and don't get many answers anyway, so.
I got you.
We have some answers, but we are currently trying to save the
I
others.
was only the first one a couple of times. It ended up being... And probably the second one you saved?
Yes.
And more to go. Alright. Felicity was your grandmother.
Okay, sorry, I couldn't hear what?
Felicity was your grandmother you said before me, right?
Yes.
Thank God, that's why you all smell like undead. Alright. Let's go home.
Yeah. Got plenty more to go say.
Then all of you can ask me a billion questions about time that I have very vague answers about.
Unfortunately, I do not have any sophisticated questions about that. Then points over to
She puts her hand on your head. You never do.
Does 2 plus 2 always equal 4 in every timeline?
No.
No.
I don't know why they always ask such questions.
It's gonna be Elric asking stupid questions.
That's usually what I'm expecting.
Though Ironball is a bit curious though with the questions, or at least his own particular one, as he's going to continue with the train of thought of, right, you did mention about the Jackal individual. I don't suppose he had become a threat to my niece in the timelines that he showed up.
450 times.
Right, that is 450 times too much already. It needs a flail.
Do I die
That's a really small percentage.
in almost every timeline?
712. You did very well this time, it looks like.
Hooray.
Usually
It's
the
a plus.
shortest individual affects you and really tries to kill Ironball quickly. The Rowan, I'm sorry, I do know all of your names already. You do tend to murder the hell out of him.
It did felt very good. I will not lie about that.
Did you see anything of me? Like, how many times did I turn bad?
Not as many as you're thinking.
You start smiling. Good.
Mr. pipes up, but when you do, you make an excellent zombie. I'm sorry, you don't know that. Look at him, he's hot.
Oh my god, can we please stop?
It has good thumb structure.
I put on my helmet.
And
Bashfully.
he comes with free armor.
start to wonder exactly what goes on the mind of all mages.
Mostly it's jokes.
I feel like pointed sarcasm kind of runs in the family, but also it has a line of seriousness in it.
Have you met my mother and sisters?
Yes, I have actually.
Sarcasm's a pastime for us.
See, it's very hard to tell because it starts bleeding into itself at a certain point when it actually seems serious 90% of the time.
It was the only way I made it through childhood.
By being a smartass.
Yeah.
Makes sense, actually. Well, I'm surprised my innards aren't outered, so I think we've been doing pretty well.
Your grandma looks at you, Callisti. Did you get younger?
Yes.
That's my girl.
Yeah, great.
She offered that, year back is fine. Better than where it was.
As long as you're still legal.
I'm going to just completely ignore this conversation and ask the next question. So what is our next objective or family member to, or coven member to save from the mists or fogs?
Let's see. Probably the Mad Dwarf.
Fine,
That's
someone I can speak
probably the best option.
to. Is he racist?
Well, you're very wrong instantly.
Is she racist?
Yes.
I love it. I think I can get along with this one.
You're very
She's
wrong instantly.
also the Archmage of Divination. Do you know what divination means?
You don't have to talk to me like a toddler. I've been around enough magic people to know.
Does it have
Do you
to
know
do
what
with the
divination means?
prophecies and
It's
seeing
like
possible
when you
futures?
multiply. It's the opposite of multiplication, right?
Oh my gosh.
Callisti, he is attractive.
This is what I have to deal with. Way too much.
No, I understand what it means. It's the crystal ball looking at casters or something of the shapes intertwining. I just like making jokes because people think I'm dumber than I am.
Attaboy.
Yes, she's the one that can change fate. Not look at it, not see it, change it.
Awesome. So we went from someone that can change and fuck with time to fate, which was weird that they're not.
You guys are doing the big ones, looks like.
How are
There's the
those-
enchantment one who has all of the armors. Or, well, I don't think you really want to fight Abigail. She is the Archmage of Evocation. She can throw the sun at you.
I've eaten the sun before.
Abigail erased a village off of an island.
As
And the island.
as Elric says,
I'm
he
going
eaten
to
the
say
sun
she
before.
also did erase the island. That took 3 more seconds.
If anything, I think the Enchantress might be a better way so we can equip ourselves for later fights.
That's not the kind of enchantment.
I'm sorry, but why am I the only one that's freaking out right now?
Because I've been on the battlefield for many times.
No, okay, no,
Okay, wait.
no,
How much
no.
did you smoke the other night?
I didn't smoke anything, but why is this normal? Why is it all this normal? Like, we have one person over there pointing at the time lady, like, she can control time. And then you got this next one that we're gonna go after that can change destiny or change fate. What the fuck?
This is the most powerful
Okay.
Wizarding family in the north.
North? Please. The whole world, the whole universe, why aren't they running the world right now?
Because they have contracts not to, we've been told.
We don't want to. Do you know how much paperwork that is?
Paperwork? You can erase the paperwork.
Actually, very important. It's very important to have good logistics when you're dealing with that kind of situation.
Both of the Archmages point at Callisti. Actually, all three.
I'm at a loss of words here.
I did balance the checkbooks at 7 years old.
Iron Ball looks over
Also,
to Genesis
Pretty
and
much,
just...
she's the one who runs our checking for our bar too. So
Iron Ball just adds, I suspect it is also the fact that it is the consistent, troublesome annoyance of having to deal with those who do not wish to be ruled.
This is my life now.
you get used to it.
I suspect this is the reason why the
We've
Jackal
also been
person
hearing
ran
about
away.
Callisti's family for months now, so...
Yeah, so this has been like normalized in our head of this is what we were going to expect walking in here.
Oh, lucky me.
So this is why the Jackal person ran off and had me replace him for this particular journey.
Can I
He
run off
does
too?
seem to be terrified of women, yes.
Oh my god, me and Jackal have much in common.
I don't think you both went different ways.
Scared of women?
I think last I recall he was with the horn girl from the Burning Crows.
Yep.
Yep.
That's a racism.
I am
what?
unsure if she is a tiefling or something else.
But a
You can
goat
tell her by the
kid?
form,
No,
right?
she's...
Oh, did somebody say that one? Oh, that one. That's not nice.
Wait, is she calling him Iron Ball racist or?
Yeah.
Because he said the horned one, apparently.
Actually,
Rowan's
does
like, I'm right here.
I don't think Rowan cares though.
Throw it. That's our word.
It's been.
Oh my god.
right? Well,
I just learned to ignore it.
You did actually grow up with a shit ton of it, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I thought it was like explicitly stated that like her dad and her were like just relentlessly hounded where they lived.
Uh-huh.
yeah. Unfortunately,
That's
Iron
why her
Ball,
dad actually lives with you guys now.
Iron
Because
Ball
they
does,
kept rolling, and they kept rolling so bad for him.
I will just say Iron Ball does not know the name of Ari, so he's just calling her the Horned One because he cannot remember her name.
Her name's
Rowan.
Ari, by the way.
Yeah,
Ah,
Rowan.
so that is her name, Ari. And yes, I do apologize if it is offensive, Rowan. I just did not know Ari's name.
I just ignore it.
But again, considering the conversations and whatnot, I suspect that is the reason why Jackal decided to not come with you all.
Well, it probably was a bit more on me because I'm trying to help him, and I used some theories that were a bit more extreme.
Such as
Probably
flail,
also didn't want to get experimented on.
And
which
consider
that did happen here.
Well, technically that wouldn't happen because that's kind of against the rules unless he allows it. Which
Oh,
does
so-
kind of bring me to some problems that occurred recently with the family.
So you're
Ye-
saying that most of your family need consent before you start tinkering?
We're supposed to.
Which is the part that I am curious.
Don't look
but-
at me. They're already dead when they get to me.
Yes.
I know. Just
I'm
others.
just curious, but is there... And I'm somewhat loath to ask this question, but wouldn't not some members simply force a coercion or a consent through other
Well,
means?
that is kind of a gray area when it does come to enchantment magic. We've had a talk. With gestures out to the mist. It didn't work.
Fireball just quietly face palms. My head hurts with just having to think about all those repercussions.
I think what we all need is dinner, baths. Especially you, Elric. You really have a smell going.
You get used to it. I've washed once this week.
I really don't want to get used to it ever again. Not after every cost.
You think that's bad? I'm getting hotboxed by my helmet.
That's kind of your own fault, actually. Just take it off.
No, I don't want to be called hot again.
But you are hot already.
Yeah, you're like, actually have steam pouring out of your fucking helmet. It's kind of disgusting.
Actually look quite cold. Did you get blasted by a cold spell?
Yep.
Yes.
It's a long story.
Iron Ball's whiskers are actually, they still have some of the stalagmites and stalactites.
I imagine Elric's just like wearing it like because of his Goliath nature, just wearing it more like just
I'm good.
sprills on his thing. Yeah, it's like just brushing it off like snow's falling off.
Actually, there is a question, but does Iron Ball still have the horns on him or like the shell of it?
No, that faded.
Okay.
Yeah, somebody named Shorthus.
Shorthus.
They both like instantly have weapons in hand.
Yes, apparently there was a timeline where the vermin Fitzgerald had escaped from his coffin.
You agitated the zombie ogres. Don't say that out loud.
Shorthus.
You really don't want to agitate them.
I'll stop.
Especially Jerry.
Which one's
Stop
Jerry?
being a very sensitive soul.
Wait, what about Tony? He seems to be kind of weird.
We don't talk about Tony.
Wait, which one's Jerry?
You
The one
don't know
down there
which
that's
one Jerry
crying.
is? Yeah,
That's crying.
I can't believe you can't. I can't believe you can't tell the difference between Jerry and Tony. Like they're clearly named.
Where?
I usually just slap the...
I carved it at the chests.
I'd imagine Elric could read it because of his fucking Eyes of the Runekeeper. Like, it's not in a language anyone can read, but Elric's just like, yes.
Ah, yes, I see. Okay. Alright.
Oh, well, if you wanted undead to be more powerful, it sounds like somebody was playing with the zippers.
Oh, sorry, my pants were down.
Have some decency.
If you wanted undead to be more powerful, you have to give them a name, and gosh, there's a... Come. After the 1000th name, they gave a little generic.
Do you have a Gregory?
I do have a Gregory. He's my butler.
I was gonna say, I thought we'd seen him, actually.
Yes, you have.
Right, so I suppose we are to end this day to get our strength back and on to the next Archmage.
Fuck
Gregory.
stuff.
And just like out of the floor.
Oh, hello, Gregory, again.
He puts the cane sword back and just bows.
I don't know why, but I sort of expected an owlbear.
This is the second time I've been bowed at ever since Overcast. It's not been comfortable. Oh my god, my ears.
Oh, I better go see Wa before bed.
You have fun with that? I'm going to fucking sleep then. Actually, is the
Story
bat still...
time.
The bat's still working?
Yep.
Alright, time to freeze my ass off again.
Right,
On purpose?
Why?
Goliaths prefer cold showers. Reminds us of home of the mountains. A lot of our baths were used for hot, or cold spring water from the frozen mountains.
Oh, but before you all do go retire, we can give you items to help with certain elders. Just give it some thought. Talk amongst yourselves. The three of us will be here catching up. But do send a runner. I'll send Jeremy or Gregory with you. To send him back, give him a note that says whoever you're going after next, just so we can prepare you, as we did with Denali here.
Well, technically she would be the best one to go after, guys.
which one?
If we're going after the divination one, better make sure my fate doesn't get realigned in some way.
Oh, this one's fun. I'm going to have to get Steam involved.
I will trust
Honestly,
in Callisti's
going
choice.
after Abigail or Merilith or Faust kind of terrifies me.
Wait, what's so bad about the Enchantress one?
Do you like being who you are?
Nope. Okay, I am gone. I'm done hearing all this. I'm going to panic.
Elric, do you remember the question I was asking about how some were bypassing the consent experiment question?
Yeah, I'm beginning to see where the problems are lying.
I am already in
How would you like to murder your friends?
I've almost already done that, so I can check that off my bucket list.
I was gonna say, that already happened.
There's just a slow turn of Ironball's head looking right at Elric right now.
He's surprised how many regicide she's caused with their own kids.
Genesis is on the verge of a panic attack right now. Who are these women?
Women!
No. Oh, God.
Alright, Jeremy. From the...
Alright, I think,
Really
Let's
He
see
just
this.
looks up at you and waves.
if my niece is intending to go after the divination archmage, then I will also throw my vote with her as well on that.
Might as well. Are we going to save the Enchantress for last then?
No,
There
I'm
are
probably going to say
several
Abigail
more.
for last.
About
Remember,
how
you
many
only
more?
need to... 2.
Wow.
We believe that if we rescue 2 more, we can at least get to the Matriarch's domain that gestures Callisti that she and possibly you all can enter. And hopefully, after that, you can rescue her from something.
That's always reassuring.
Yeah,
Well, we don't have a single clue what she can do or what she, It looks like this fog from the past 2 experiences induces quite a bit of stress.
Is that what
And what do wizards function under the West?
Oh no.
Someone ripping off their lips.
What?
Face palm.
Kinky.
mostly stress.
Excuse me?
I
That
see,
must be an
so the
exception to
more...
that.
Going
The
to
more
say,
stressed
Callisti's
out,
worked
the more-
the best under stress because it lets her narrow her focus.
I was gonna say sleep.
Well, there was the time she turned Zephyr into a whale. That wasn't a fun time.
Wait, is your
I mean, I turned myself into a whale twice, so...
Oh, the 10-ton airdrop.
Yeah.
I did a blue whale, so it was more 110.
I think that's almost how we almost died in Novritskaz.
That's how we killed a dragon, damn near.
True.
And that was,
Well,
the
then
only,
I also ripped its brains out.
that was also the only time you actually damaged Jacko below half health.
Yeah, by throwing a fucking whale
Yeah,
at him.
and it wasn't even me.
Yeah, the other half was almost from the fucking bomb. Funny, Jeeves didn't do any damage to Jackal. He almost just killed
Yeah.
himself by proxy.
Great.
I still remember the runic shield one where you gave that freaking hill giant a goddamn crit roll on me.
I told him no. He didn't like that.
He threw harder.
I mean, because then after that, if we have Asterilla's power, going after Jezebel might not be so bad.
What does she do?
What?
Oh, that's easy. That's just constant battle, and it's been a while since I've got to be a general. And we just got back from
I
one of
do
those.
believe she was in the simulation section. So...
I am actually ready for this. I like this one. As Ulrich cracks his knuckles. Alright, well, while we're comprising a list, I'm going to go get a bath. Get this time gunk off my ass. And all this blood and whatever the hell this is. I think hot sand, as he's kind of like emptying out his shoe.
I actually
I don't
feel
know how
quite
to-
content for hitting the shortest one with absolute fury and anger.
Oh, please tell me you broke his knees.
Yeah, how would I put it?
What knees?
Remember that time Tony took to that deer because it scared him?
Oh, so that's why we don't talk about Tony.
Yeah, Tony's a little bit of a wild card.
I'm waiting for Jeebus to actually give the zombies like nameplates on their tokens. So that when they can do individual ones.
I did that for another one, and nobody said anything, so I didn't do it again.
And
There's a map where everything is labeled. Nobody said a fucking word about it.
That's because, like...
Oh, you smell like the sense of Janiki.
Janiki?
That's where I grew up.
Can someone explain what the... where is Janiki?
I'm sorry, Gentakai. It's right, yeah, she uses a... Actually, she uses major illusion because she's a bitch.
Doesn't pull out a map, makes a map instead.
Yeah. Right about here. That's where I was born.
Could you shift things?
I thought I did.
I was probably... Oh, this is...
Shiitake.
No, Shiitake.
Shiitake mushrooms.
Shintaki.
That's a T.
I said it wrong because I was very zoomed out when I read it.
Janiki. Oh, wait, hold on. My eyes are failing me. Never mind.
I am curious, but...
You see how if you zoom out, that T really can turn into an I real quick.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I'm not giving you shit. It's just funny.
Next time I make a map, I'm making a map I can fucking read.
I know
Oh,
the
just
feeling,
makes
bud.
my own fucking map.
I'll just do
Yeah,
the
make-
I'll just give it the binge treatment.
Fucking draw it. It looks like it was made on a napkin.
But right, so Iron Ball
But
will...
yes, that is where I was from. You must have. Oh, I probably was very stressed if you saw my. I'm going to guess power awakening.
Yep.
Go. None of you are very old, so you're very right to be extremely cautious. I, in a couple of those runs, definitely turned the Elric and Zephyr to dust before.
You did age me by 4 years.
Before? So sorry.
Hey, didn't happen. In
I
this
was
time.
7. So, you know.
It was a pity we didn't get a chance to play marbles, though, but it happens.
Oh, I didn't have any friends, so I did not know that game.
Yes, the
Until I came here.
yes, the 1 million ball bearings turned to dust, but that is fine.
How did you carry 1 million ball bearings?
I just did.
Alright. You know what? I'm not going to get in the way of your logic.
It was within his carry capacity, surprisingly. But I am curious, though, if you are showing this area that you were originally from the south, or borderline of it, I guess, depending on now how the maps are being drawn.
Well, I was definitely, when I was young, considered a southerner.
Could you tell?
That's more where I ended up after I was born. I don't really want to get into the gritty details, but let's just say I spent a lot of time in the sand.
Alright, well, looks over to Callisti. Considering you were telling me stories of the jackal person, would he be in that area or whatnot?
far south from there. I think he was below the rift of Basal.
He's from the Kekamark. He's talked about it before.
He's from the Kekamark.
Which you would know as pretty much fucking inhospitable demon desert.
No. Some ways I do pity Jackal for where he's from. Other ways I really don't.
Are you sure he's not a demon that needs to be hit by a flail?
Oh, he is,
Nope,
but...
double checked it. You didn't have a bad reaction to silver or holy items.
You sure we're using the correct holy items?
He wields a holy item. His sword is technically a holy item.
Oh yeah, the bigger sword is.
Yeah.
I just worry for the sake of everything that if he brings ruin to the world, things can go down south very fast.
Ironbolt points in the other direction outside of the tree trunk.
Rowan
What?
is right there.
No, not her. Looks also on Genesis. We're at two
Jackal's
ring.
Jackal's somehow connected to the Nemesis.
I am most curious. This nemesis that you are talking about cannot be as bad as the Fitzgerald that literally tried to fuck up time.
Kill him.
I've thought about it, but there's something else going on with him.
Oh, but there was something complicated. This what's wrong with men.
Well, among other things.
You're wielding giant runes.
What about it? It was a job given to me because of my family.
Is that not complicated? Not giant.
I think this...
by the same standard, steam is complicated.
I was going to say breathing is complicated if you want to break down its base components.
Don't get Callisti started.
Callisti, how does one induce oxygen into one's lungs?
I believe this is my cue to step out for a moment.
Well, if you're talking about the medical process, you probably should talk to her out.
Okay, well, I do appreciate our somewhat back and forth talk of what we're going to do next, but I really need to get to bed, so I will just be on my way.
Yes, just send, what was your name again? She like, turns his skull. Gerald. Just send Gerald with your answer on who you're going to, break out of stress prison from next, and we will figure out how to get you an item that will, assist in that situation. But you all should take some time to talk amongst yourselves. It's getting down to the wire. Thankfully, Bastet has a predisposition to Callisti, so she didn't explode your blood, and I don't like murder, so... But the rest of them, have fun.
Oh boy.
Ironbolt just looks over to Genesis. They are most confusing.
Yes. Very.
I'm beginning to slightly understand why Jackal decided to run away from this mission.
I don't know, forget about Meredith. She can summon a god if we want to fight her.
Yeah, no, that's no.
There's no such thing as gods.
Yes, there are.
No.
There's a physical description. And if
I
you
don't
know the
believe
true name, you can summon them. She can summon two.
I'll see it, and then I'll believe it.
I would rather not see it anytime soon.
Who wants to bet he shits himself when it happens?
I got 20 gold. As Elric leaves it before he heads to the shower.
Firebolt just flomps on the floor and takes a cat nap.
Well, I need to get back to read. Trying to learn another language is not great.
Though I am curious, considering that you keep calling this Jackal as well as your friend Nemesis, Genesis being part of this Nemesis thing. Is this Nemesis as bad as the moron that tried to change time?
Iron Ball? If I'm remembering my standard reading, he's Marthane level.
That doesn't sound good.
Okay, so you know how my grandmother's a necromancer and all these undead, right?
Considering she almost turned me into a lightning rod, thank you for saving me on that, yes. And yes, I know how strong Marthane is, considering he did torch.
The statistical number of undead that we have at our command. If you read the books and you believe it, he had somewhere in the,
Please don't say millions. Please don't say millions.
probably a whole country or three.
I see, and then Ironball, as best of a companionship of a pat on Genesis' shoulder, even though it's only a 3 foot 5 inches tall hairless cat is just patting him on the leg or knee. I do apologize that if you do become this thing, I may have to hit you with flail. I will make it as swift.
I'm counting on it.
I will make it as swift and painless as possible.
Good.
Also, why are you scared of women?
What?
Well, you get all weird whenever anybody says you're attractive or something.
Never heard stuff like that towards me, so it's strange.
I wish to check insight. Mostly on the fact that if he is fidgeting more than ever. I have a suspicion. God damn it, I rolled well only because I do stupid shit. I do not mean to be rude, but are you perhaps those that have chosen the path of celibacy, I believe it is? Or chastity?
No. But no. I just give my time, my effort, my gold. I try to be as kind as possible towards everyone, though not everyone is kind to me, as you can see on my face.
Well, I mean, part of me wants to be jealous seeing this, but I know this goblin girl that, well, definitely got me out of my shell.
Your girlfriend's in. Oh, right.
He's returning to fit.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, no,
The other
I was in the middle of the sentence and then I went, oh yeah.
The other goblin.
Wretch.
Dating a gnome.
Where are you going with this?
Well, just saying, I mean, she kind of goes both ways and no strings attached.
No, that's that. Thank you, but that's not how I want my first time to be.
I believe he is seeking
Completely-
one for marriage.
Yes, of course.
I mean,
Smashed cut to her disemboweling a guy with a socket wrench.
You didn't pay me my fucking money!
No, she's right now. She's in the middle of a fight
Oh yeah.
on a tinker.
she just splattered with gore.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's like, imagine like fucking Jackal serves her that she fucking cranes him.
There's just to yell, "This is for the engine! I just painted it!"
I'm pretty sure Jackal's in the middle of all that gore as well, biting the living crap out of people.
Jackal's fighting style is so weird because it differentiates depending on the form.
Yeah, that's why he's fun.
I'm always waiting for the moment this is like, yeah, he's a chaos spawn. Oh, fuck.
Oh, you have parents.
No.
He's still
Uh,
a
it was-
spawn of chaos.
It was a 40k reference.
I know.
Right, I am going to have simple meal and then go ahead and rest. Whatever decision we make, I shall go along with you all, and yeah. Also, I suspect after this particular jaunt of the journey, I do hope you will make recommends and reconciliation with your jackal friend.
So do I. I really don't want to see him falling to the wrong area.
I suspect you will need to be very transparent and not say something that would be misunderstanding.
Yeah, that's the tough part.
Tough for you or tough for him to understand?
A little bit of both. Mostly him. Like I said, I have an extremes that I mentioned, and wasn't the best idea.
Yes, usually when most are being told they're going to get hit by flail, I do expect them to run away or be somewhat nervous.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have suggested the one where we kill him and then bring him back to life. I mean, the emphasis was on bringing him back.
Did you have competent resurrector at the time?
Yeah, at the time.
Are you sure?
Well, Hector did bring back Elric after he had his head cut off.
Then I make the suggestion, when did you suggest this, and where was the man who screams heathens at everybody? Actually, wait. Is he in the front lines now, or is he elsewhere? I had forgotten.
I honestly didn't pay that much attention. I
Pretty
think
sure
we
he's still
saw
at
him right before we left, but
pretty sure he's still at the council table.
Yes,
Like,
I am.
like grelled right hand.
They won't let him leave.
Makes sense.
Yeah, then Ironball adds, right, I don't recall saw Hector using much on the healing arts. He is more of the I call you heathen and I blow you up with every single... You know, I am actually wondering why he is not actually one of the invocation wizards out there.
I just know he brought back Elric with a severed head. That was kind of neat and disturbing to watch at the same time.
Ah, yes, that requires, I believe, monetary value. Did Jackal know about the existence of the Hector man then?
Yeah, we were sitting around a table together.
Alright, now I am curious, but what led him to actually chewing up Elric like he was a chew toy? Those bites definitely look like he was aiming for the throat.
Felicity kind of gets like a little dark in her expression. Those two idiots got so on each other's nerves during the middle of... Actually, it was right before the war broke out in Novigrad, and well, you would probably beat both of them senseless.
Almost likely. But I'm curious as to why the fight began.
My understanding is Elric was kind of an asshole to him. Jackal's got an attitude. And it just got a bit out of hand. Mostly considering they almost killed me.
So, should I hit Elric with flail now?
No.
Should I hit Jackal with flail for trying to hurt you?
No. I think they're just both idiots, and they'll figure it out eventually.
I would actually consider myself an idiot too, since I like to fight.
But you have a purpose, it seems like. Sometimes I wonder if they have reason.
Then I suppose we should ask them if they have reason still. In fact, I should go ask Elric now what his reasons are. And Iron Ball just goes.
Oh, it was a nice time to enjoy in the tub.
Please tell me he slips in the tub too.
Yeah, that's what I imagine. Elric's just like in the tub, like finally getting in. Finally, I don't have to deal with anyone. I can relax for 5 minutes.
He gives a salute to the
cold tub.
Nope.
to Nearly, and then hold on. This is gonna be interesting now as Iron Ball makes his way in.
Iron Ball, you see the zombie like gesturing at you, like, no, wait, stop.
Oh my god.
Opens door.
What?
Ah, Elric,
Elric?
you're here.
Oh my god, what do you want?
I am curious, but what is your
You
reason?
see through the open door, the zombie just outside just shrugs.
Iron Ball closes the door. Boom. He goes back in.
I wanted a nice calm bath away from people for 5 minutes. Why?
It was 5 minutes.
Alright. What do you want, Iron Ball?
What is the reason for you
kind
to
of
fight?
playing. Why do I fight?
Yes.
Do you want the smart-ass answer or the real answer? Because I can give both in about 5 minutes.
Give me smartass answer, I give you flail.
Like the hold?
No. The light goes on.
Fine. I think I've talked a little bit about this to Callisti when we were in Novigrad. She probably forgets it because of the anger and grudges she holds. But the only reason I fight is for people that wouldn't, and grief keeps me from wanting to happen what's happened to my village to not to happen to others. If you didn't know, lots of my village burned down due to my own arrogance and thinking I was on top of the world. And then it slowly began crumbling down, and most of my clan died outside of my wife and child. So now I fight to protect those who could not protect themselves, as well as, I'd like to call it my family, but I'm pretty sure it's like, I'd refer to this party as like distant cousins that you sometimes interact with and then stare awkwardly at dinners and breakfast, and you're like, hey, and then they're like, hey. And then you just completely eat your meal and completely ignore them.
I can relate to situations, considering that due to my own actions, Tamarine has now been burnt. So yes, I do understand not having a home to return to because, well, we did big oopsie.
At the end of the day, there are our burdens to shoulder, even if they weren't intentional. Survivor's guilt, I believe it's called.
I don't quite have that kind. More of anger to those who are still alive. And deserving of flail. But
I mean, I can direct my anger at the Burnt Coalition and Marthain all I want, but it is still my fault at the end of the day for what had happened.
yes, just like it is also my own fault for Tamarine being burned because me and Strike Team killed the Yellow Dragon.
Okay. Well, now that you've got your answer, can I please fucking have my time back? And he throws a fucking towel at his face.
Hold on.
God damn it, Ironball, just please leave. I want to get the bath in peace.
Aye. Opens door. You're lucky I didn't decide to go hit you with flail first. Closes door.
Oh my god.
Since you slammed the door in the zombie's face, you see him just like trying to find where his head went.
Oh. Let me go find your head then. And he goes down to look for it.
Man.
What do I need to roll for that?
Sometimes I would have preferred to...
Oh, investigation.
Oh my god.
Okay, well, he's got a decent amount.
Ulrich's inner monologue. Sometimes I wish I was the idiot of this party so people wouldn't actually come to me with serious shit. Ulrich just fucking lays down in the tub and like slowly just sinks underneath. Kind of like most of them is submerged.
And it is relaxing, and it very much does remind you of home. And it reminds you that home still exists. You do have something to really fight for. And you hear Ironball yell, "I found it!"
It is your head. I do apologize for knocking it off.
He snatches it, like, puts it on with a little sideways.
You need to realign that.
I'd imagine through like the crack of the door, Elric just cracks a smile. We're all fucking idiots. Just lays back in the tub.
Alright, well, does anybody have anything else for tonight?
We don't have to role play it, but I just am gonna visit Wah and then go to bed.
The second you open the door, you get smooshed.
Such good.
A big fuzzy owl bear. Yeah, and so if that's all we're gonna have for tonight, let me know what you guys are planning to do in 2 weeks. We'll go see which archmage they need to go deal with next. I've been Jeebus Dingus on Twitter and YouTube. You can find all of our content there. This is a little fun, pretty much like, I want to call this like the minigame arc, where each session should only take 1 or 2 sessions to get through each archmage. But I'm having a lot of fun with it. It's really fun to set up and find all of these puzzles I need to make for you guys. But speaking of that, our next DM, if I remember right, is Mr. Mariner.
Hello. I am your dad without a home, your big, strong, buff idiot that's also not really an idiot, but just plays it off. And yeah, next week, we will, or this Sunday rather, we'll go to Abu and continue some fun beach downtime. I have some fun random events set up, just all kinds of shit scattered throughout the city, and make it feel more lively rather than the party just getting plagued with being attacked 24/7. So I think it'll be a lot more fun and definitely a departure from what I've been doing, and just more of a chill and relaxed time before the party decides to go start a revolution. And then I'll throw it to my Sunday partner in crime, over to Miser.
Hello everyone, this is Miser Mark, enjoying my new freedom in more ways than one, but also I play as Iron Ball for the time being until the party finishes this arc, and I will return as playing as Jackal, which we don't know if he's the catalyst for absolute and ultimate evil yet. Until then, for Into the Wildlands on Sundays, the party got about a week more-ish before all-out war with the Grandeur Court and their hordes of 3 types of demons, devils, and Yugoloths.
Oh my.
You can find my content on both YouTube and Twitch under Miser Mark, and I believe it's for next week's Monday. Mughal.
Hello. I play Callisti, and next Monday we are down a player probably, and so we're thinking about another one-shot. Or we might not, just because it's a holiday. We're gonna see how everybody feels. Might play a little Call of Cthulhu. Might do some bringing the crew back for Honey Heist. And we'll see.
Oh, don't you know?
I swear to God, if I have to drive these fucks again.
Let me at him!
Oh. I'm surprised he's still alive.
Look, the goats got me a deal after everything that happened, so let's just not. Anyway.
Give me his antlers.
Cheeky, you got anything you want to plug today?
Hi, my name is Cheeky Bastard, and I play the Big Bad Evil, Genesis, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to how everything is gonna pan out in the future when it comes to all these cool characters. I'm kind of aiming to be the possible Big Bad Evil guy, in case you didn't notice.
Hooray.
That would be fun. That would be fantastic. But we'll see. And yeah, that's all I gotta say about that.
As a DM, it is so fun to hit them with these little pins of evil and watch them take it and run.
Yeah.
But we'll see you all in 2 weeks, where we go pluck with another Archmage.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bullshit.